Hello, everybody. Hold on, I'm bringing Uncle Doug back on here. Gotta get the right view. All right, Uncle Doug's unmuted too, so he should be able to say
Unmuted
hi.
too?
Yep,
Wow. Good to
I
see
know.
everybody today. I'm doing it from a different location from my office out at the headquarters rather than from shipping or out by Corey, but it'll be just as fun. And if I need, I'll run out and see Corey for some reason.
Yes. And today we got a lot. Well, last night we got like 4 inches of snow, and I thought it was so funny because Ian was getting ready for work, and I said, "Hey, are you gonna go and make me a path to my car down the stairs?" He goes, "What? It probably only snowed like an inch." And I'm like, "Did you not look?" He went to go get the leaf blower, and then he goes, "Corian, there's like 4 inches out there." I was like, "Well, I told you it looked like a lot." He goes, "It is a lot." I was like, "Well, don't doubt me." But he
I think
did.
I need to go home and plow because the last two snow I haven't done anything because it hasn't been significant.
Oh,
But now it's starting to build up a little bit, so I should probably do that.
yeah.
So maybe I'll bug out a little bit earlier, maybe before the mega giveaway or something.
Yeah, so I think today's live is going to be a little bit long today. So after we're done with trivia, I told Uncle Doug that he's more than welcome to make his way home if he doesn't want to be here for super long. So,
Thank you for your permission, Corey.
absolutely. I'm the boss now. Wahaha. Oh, goodness. Hi, Lynn, Jean, Patty, and Kathy. Hi, Glenna. Good to see everybody in here. Yeah, we got some snow, and then this week is also awfully cold, and we actually have a warning for Friday for exploding trees because it's going to be so cold that they're pushing out a warning for our area and just north of us that we're potentially going to have exploding trees because it's going to be so cold. That wasn't on my bingo card for this year, that's for sure.
No, exploding trees.
Oh, all right. I need to pop up Jean's comment here. Yeah, freaking right. No, just kidding. Absolutely, because I was up till probably 11 or midnight last night creating listings, and I couldn't even finish doing it then. And then all this morning, I was creating listings. So, girls, there is a ton of products for you to choose from for the Easter and Valentine's Day theme. So I kind of wanted to mush them all together because I know you guys have been asking for both themes. So today, kind of just, I don't want to call it an overload, but it's definitely a haul for sure. So we have some sampler packs that we're going to offer today, some kits, and some bulk packs as well, which I'm very excited for because a lot of these items are actually they're Bella exclusives. So potentially these have never been seen unless they were already finished and had a clasp attached to them. So you guys will get in your first dibs. Sorry I wasn't able to do a pre-order for you guys last night. I tried my hardest, but I was losing my mind last night. I was like, I just need to go to bed to make sure that I can function for the live today. Because you
Did you
wouldn't
find your
want to not.
mind?
Huh?
Did you find it?
Find what?
Mind.
Yours?
Your mind.
Oh, ha.
You said
Yeah, I
you're.
think
You said,
so.
oh, you're losing your
That might
mind.
be that might be telling that I haven't. Oh goodness. But yeah, so I put in a lot of work for you ladies this live in particular. So that's why it might be a little bit longer because we do have a lot of products to cover today. The design side of it's going to be pretty simple for the charm bracelets and for the stacking necklaces, but once we get into some of these other ones, it's a little more I wouldn't call it necessarily advanced, but definitely I would say like intermediate for sure for technique style. So I know, exploding trees, right? Seriously, I was just as like mind blown. All right, well today is gonna be if it is for real, Candy. It was posted by a weather site. I don't remember which one, but if I find it, I'll share it with you guys. But yeah, exploding trees, seriously. But we have a lot to cover today, so I'm gonna push Uncle Doug off the screen and we're gonna dive right in. We're gonna make this as quick as I can. All right, we'll see you in a bit, Uncle Doug. Amazing. That was a good transition there, Corian. Uncle Doug and I have been working on that. I don't think he knows that, but I've been working on trying to match his swipe. By the time it gets over there, I'm like, click, he's out of here. All right. You guys will need to tell me, one, what is your favorite piece of today while I'm getting out some of these items that we need to cover. I'm probably going to start with the stacking necklaces first, and then we'll go from there. So take a peek, tell me which one's your favorite, and don't forget we'll do the look at the end so you can see everything on. And then we also have a little bit of a different style of a big loot giveaway today. So this is going to have you're going to get a penguin as your drawing one. Probably should have taken that off so I could have surprised you. But we have a lot of blanks, a massive filigree, a massive setting, and a bezel there, which is also going to come with this bezel sheet, which you can cut these out and you can glue or resin these into your bezels or onto your blanks. Look at that. I feel like that dragonfly one was definitely like a Jean for sure. Well, she actually probably designed this, if I'm thinking correctly. But yeah, so the bezel sheet is huge. And then a bunch of different blanks and things for it to come with, which is awesome. And I have covered how to get paper onto blanks. So if you guys need that live, or whoever needs that live for this big loot giveaway, just let me know and I'll send you the link for it. Candy, I will believe it when I see it too, or if someone takes a video of it. All right, so Gina and I, we have tag teamed today's designs because I had expressed how difficult it is for me to design in this particular style. Just because I am like the more grungy, I'm not typically a good designer for whimsy items or like fairy tale items and things. I'm more of like the grungy and I don't want to say let's pretend I'm a man, but I just like the guy style or manly styles. So Jean, she designed this necklace stack, and then she also designed some of the bracelets too, which really helped because I seriously struggle with this type of theme. But it's super cute. So I'm going to get these stacked how they would be when laying on your neck. I'll make the chain a little bit wider. But we made the largest pendant, the longest necklace, and the smallest pendant, the shortest necklace. So this goes from, I believe, 16, 18, 20, and 22 inches. So 16, 18, 20, and 22 for the necklace stack there, which is a very, very good size in between for it to be like an inch or two difference, so that way you're not flopping over your other necklaces. And then we're going to need our love heart. It is pewter and it is gold plated. And then we have our origami heart, which I have featured before, so if you guys want to see the design inspiration for the origami heart that I did last time, go look at vintageliveshop.com and it should be there in the listing. Then we're also going to need our flat heart. This one is pewter based with an aged silver plate. And that comes with its jump ring. And then we also have that super, super tiny heart. It's adorable though. This is also pewter based, silver plated. How tiny that is. It's smaller than the tip of my finger. It's so cute. So you will need these 4, but good thing because I did create a sampler pack that has these and more in it. So the sampler pack I'm putting up right now is going to have the 4 pieces that I have just showed and explained to you, the base metals and platings. And then for the other pieces, you're going to need, or you're going to get, this love triangle, pewter based, aged, silver plated, which it's adorable. And I'll give you guys a close-up of each of those in a moment. Also, this is pewter. This is our looped heart, our looped open heart, just artisan pewter. There's no plating on this one. And then you're also going to get this locked heart, which is also artisan pewter, no plating, super adorable. You can even fill the back with some resin because there is an edge there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you're going to get 2 of each of these pieces for $29. So 14 pieces, 2 of each item here for $29. Our love sampler pack. Love is in the air. I'll take Jean's her description for the post. I love that. Love is in the air. I think I used that same caption when I posted a picture of Ian and I when we went to a wedding. Thought it was cute. So this is that love heart. It's got that sunburst, starburst going through it with the word love in cursive. Plated gold, base metal pewter, and it does have a jump ring on it. Very detailed. This would look stunning with some iridescent. This is that origami heart, plated rose gold, base metal pewter. I love this heart. I think it is absolutely stunning. I believe that was maybe a Logan design. Give me another look up at that. Solid pewter, artisan pewter, locked heart, looped heart, artisan pewter, smooth. There's no texture to it. The aged silver, pewter based, flat heart. And that tiny, it's hard to even pick up sometimes because it's so tiny, but it's so adorable and perfect for a choker. Also smooth. Super adorable. And then all we did was cut. I used CH10 for each of these. I used plated or silver plated CH10 for the 2 smaller hearts, the rose gold plated CH10 for the origami heart, and the gold plated CH10 for the love heart. And then those necklace sizes, once again, 16, 18, 20, 22. All the way down the line, and you're just taking your jump ring and putting the pendant on some chain. So this one is super easy. But I also wanted to give you the option to buy some of the bulk packs referring to these items. So I'm going to pop those up as we go. So the sampler pack, you're going to get 2 of each of those charms here, charms or pendants, for $29. And then we're going to start with this bulk pack. So for the love heart, 6 pieces for $20. Cart 101. For the gold plated pewter based love starburst heart. So I wanted to do the sampler packs and the bulk packs because I know that we have several different customers, but usually they fall within those 2 types of buying. Then we have the origami heart. That will be cart 102. Rose gold plated, pewter based, 6 pieces for $20. So we're just going to go through these pretty quickly here. The flat heart is our aged silver plated, pewter based heart, cart 103, $18 for 9 pieces. Super duper cute. Super duper. That tiny heart, you're going to be able to grab these up for $1 a piece. Cart 104. This is a silver plated, pewter based heart, 18 pieces for $18. Super adorable. So cart 104 for the tiny heart there. Then we have our pewter looped heart. So this is solid pewter, as we call it, artisan pewter. Looped heart, 12 pieces for $18. Cart 105. Which Jean has featured this also in her bracelet design as a clasp. So I will bring this listing back up when we get to the other charm bracelets. But while it's up, I might as well tell you. Then our other solid pewter or artisan pewter locked heart, 20 pieces for $18, cart 106. This would look phenomenal with some iridescent paint, and then those little circles there would be super cute if you glued some flat back chatons to it. So you have that, cart 106 for the solid pewter locked heart. And then one more. This is going to be the love triangle. Oh no, I don't think it's showing up in my Carter here. Hold on. Sorry, I didn't mean to touch that one. Disregard the cart 107 right now. I think I have so many products in here that they were still loading. All right. Oh, my goodness. Why is this? Sorry, Uncle Doug. My iPad is like clicking for me and my hands aren't even near it. What the heck did Kellen do to this thing? Just kidding. I'm gonna have a talk with him when he comes back. For the aged silver plated pewter based love triangle, cart 108, 8 pieces for $18. And it's got that flat back there. Beautiful, beautiful. So you can either get the bulk packs, or I'm going to pop up the sampler pack one more time. If I can get to it. Didn't realize how many dang products I was going to have to scroll through to get to these. Jean wasn't kidding when she said I added so much. Hold on. I'm getting there. All right. Cart 100 for the Love Sampler Pack. 14 pieces for $29. Yes, the solid pewter locked heart would be phenomenal hammered. So the blanks that I have on the charm bracelet, I do plan on hammering those once we get around to the charm bracelets. So I wanted to show them what it looked like on the bracelet when it was just normal, and then we're going to hammer those a little bit later today. Hi, Rosie. Good to see you. Hi, Pegs. You are right. You are late, but at least you made it. Good, good. Also, while we're here, love react to the live demo for a chance to win that Big Loot giveaway that I showed earlier with the bezel sheet, the blanks, and the filigree and the setting. So don't forget to do that while we're here already. All right. Hopefully no one's hearing an echo. I haven't seen anything. Hi, Janet. Good to see you, too. She goes, I'm here finally. All right. So that is our sampler pack for our pewter, and we just went through each of those bulk packs. You can also view vintageliveshop.com for all of these listings if you're not comfortable checking out on Facebook. Otherwise, if you're new, you can just type what's in parentheses up above my head. Comment cart 100 or whatever the cart number is, and then press enter. That will prompt your Facebook Messenger app to create a cart for you, and you can check out straight from Facebook if you would like. I think I'm gonna do I'll do the earring kit next. But yeah, let me get over and make sure that I still have quantity of this. Okay, so I have 9 of these left, and you can't get the cross crystal anywhere other than this listing because I am limited to those. So your earring kit is going to come with everything that you need to make these earrings. It's going to come with 2 ER50s. It's going to come with 2 of the Swarovski crystal clear crosses. And it's also going to come with 2 JR40s that are plated in copper antique. But I don't see them up here. They're here somewhere. I'll just put one there for now until I can find the other one. It might be underneath something. And then you're also going to get the AB bicones to thread onto your ear wires, along with 2 HP 0001s that are plated in silver. That's going to go through your cross and then create a loop to attach to your copper plated JR40. I was seeing if I could possibly find it, but I'm not seeing it. I know it's here somewhere, but that's okay. Just pretend that there's 2 jump rings there. This set is very beautiful. I'm going to pop it up here for you in a second. Cart 100. There we go. These are stunning. Absolutely stunning. Simple but stunning. I love it. So your HP 0001 is going to go through your cross. You're going to create your top loop, which then is going to attach to your JR40, to your ear wire, and then you just thread these onto the ear wire. Now, you're not going to be able to thread them on without maneuvering some of your ear wire here. I know I covered this before, but it's probably good that I cover it again. You're going to open up your ear wire here. I'll pull those up there. You're going to straighten out your bend in your ear wire where it hooks to close it. So you're going to make that straight. You can still see where it was bent, so you're going to use that marking a little bit later. You're going to slowly pull this apart. Beautiful. So you want it to keep its general shape. And then you're going to be able to thread on your bicones. So I'm just going to do one for now so you can see. I'm going to bend this back using that same arch. Beautiful. Then I'm going to use that marking to rekink so I'm able to close my ear wire and then relatch. And then you pull this up. It's not making it past this point. So you're not going to lose your bicones. This is a really good way to, or this is a good size to have on your ear wires because it won't come back and up unless you're really, like you really have to pull that apart before you can get those back off. So, super cute little technique for you to bedazzle your ER50s a little bit easier. Yeah, super simple for these gals. Hi, Carmen. Good to see you jump in here. Oh, I love Peggy. She's just saying hi to everybody. She's so good about doing that. All right, so cart 110, 14 pieces. Everything that you need to make this earring kit is available for this listing for $18. For $18. I would probably sell these at a minimum of 28. Minimum, if not over like 34. I say minimum because I don't get charged for the product that I use. So probably it'll be up there. It'll be up there a little bit more. You could probably sell them for, I would say, a minimum of 36. Because then you're going to get a good margin there. So minimum of $36 for these earrings. Because I did do a wrapped loop for the HP0001, and then you do have plated items in there, which cost more. Natural brass cost more. That seems about right. Good morning, Lynn. Hi, Sherry. Today might be a little long, but I'm trying to keep us on a good flow. All right. Let me see how many things I have here. Maybe we can, let's pause for a trivia. Is Uncle Doug ready for a trivia? I need him to signal to me. Oh, he's lagging a little bit. Okay, I think he's ready. Let me get you switched over here. Hold on, Uncle Doug. We're lagging a little bit. Unmute. There we go. All right.
With you now?
Yep.
Oh, I had, I've got to get my questions up here.
Yeah, you're probably definitely going to have to put the question in the comments because you're pretty choppy.
Well, I've heard worse.
Your voice. Your voice is a little choppy. Or let's just say your internet's a little choppy. Because I think mine is too. I'm trying to open this bad boy. Oh man. I'm going to get whoever a new sticker.
Okay, I'm going to copy my trivia here. Getting it ready.
Awesome. I'm just spreading out this blank pack, which is going to be our first matter of trivia.
Almost got it here. I want to send it out at the same time for everyone, okay?
Okay.
So there's 3 countries in the world who have, let's see, who are located entirely inside another country. Name any one of them.
Uncle Doug's in his office in the other building, Peggy.
Let's see how up we are in our geography. This might be a little bit trickier. Just because it's harder to, maybe someone's going to put it into Gemini or something.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like Cat got it over on YouTube. That would be Cat. Let's see. Cat Kasasia, and then Kathy Coppinger got it next over on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, Kat. Remember to claim your trivia or to claim your Big Loop giveaway. You must have an open order with us on vintagelifeshop.com to claim. Good job, Kat. Good job.
Oh, we probably should have a little doodle, huh?
Yep.
I got some doodles. What is a good doodle? Here's a simple doodle for cat. I put her name on it. Sorry. Just a little bit behind on things here today.
Ja.
Get it. Was that a good trivia?
Yeah, I think so. Yay. All right, we will.
Okay, here it is.
Perfect.
Put a little bit behind it. Maybe.
Life is good.
What?
I said life is good.
I'll try that again. How about that? Life is good.
Nice. No, looks good.
Congratulations, Kat.
All right, we'll see you in a bit. Oh, that one wasn't as good. I delayed a little bit on my end. Good job, Kat, though. Hi. What's your name? I don't recognize you. Tiny. Welcome, Tiny. I don't recognize your name. If you're new, everybody welcome Tiny. All right, let's get into our other earring kits since we're on kit things. So we have two kits, the one that we just offered, and then the kit that I'm popping up right now is going to be cart 111, 27 pieces for $26. These, I'm telling you what, are absolute. I should have taken a picture with these on because these are absolutely stunning. I seriously love these. And I love this little open work flower. So I'm limited on these open work flowers. So I might be able to make more than 10. I'm not sure. But usually that's a pretty good base for when I list kits. Absolutely stunning. I love it, love it, love it. But I am selling the cross in bulk. So if you want that cross, I'll pop that up in a bit, but let's get into some of these other things that you'll be receiving. You're going to get 2 of the natural brass open flowers. Super duper pretty. I love these. You're going to get 2 of the brass based silver plated scrollwork crosses, which I know Lisa is probably going to want to grab these super quick because they're absolutely just stunning. So pretty. Can you imagine adding a little bit of paint to that? Like some antique? Look at all the ribs and grooves in there. So pretty. So you're going to get 2 of those. You're also going to get a 1 foot of bar chain. It's going to be brass based. I believe so. Brass based but silver plated bar chain. So in my charm bracelet, I use the 10K gold version, the gold plated version. But for these earrings, I use the silver links. So I just did a foot. So you were able to get, at least a bracelet length and your earring connectors out of the foot on this kit. So you're going to get 1 foot of bar chain, 2 natural brass flowers, 2 of the silver plated crosses. You're also going to get 2 of the solid brass bar ear wires, which you guys know, I say it nearly every live, they're my favorite ear wires to use. You should get these plated. Ugh, do you imagine? Those would be stunning. Or even in natural brass, those would be stunning. Love it. So you're going to get 2 of those. You're going to get what I believe is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10. 10 of the JR10s. How funny is that? Natural brass. I'm just going to put a few of them down there as a placeholder. But just know you'll get 10 of those and not just 5. You're going to get 4 of those crystal AB bicones to hang at the bottom. I'll just put 2 of those up there. Well, I guess I could put 4 because I have found the other 2. And then you're going to get 2 tiny flatback chatons, crystal as well. And those are going to sit in the middle of your natural brass flower. And get one more of those over here. These tiny chatons are so hard to move around because they want to flip so easily. Move this around a little bit so it's not as overwhelmingly bright there. So cart 111, 27 pieces for $26. Everything that you need to make these earrings will come in this kit. Construction is super easy. You're also going to get 2 HP F15s, I believe. Now that I'm looking at this, let me bring those on. Or 4 of them. You'll get 4 of them. 4 of those babies, because you need something to create a loop for your bottom ones. So you're going to start off with your flower. I flattened my flower out so I could glue my chaton on, and then after gluing my chaton on is when I folded back up the flowers a little bit to give a little bit of dimension so it wasn't just flat still. So flatten it first to glue your chaton, then bend your petals back up. That's the easiest way that I found about how to do that. And then obviously we put resin on the back because it is an open hole, so that just makes it super secure. You can tell by how glossy it is right there. Then 3 JR10s to the 3 bottom petals there. You're going to attach, you can do 2 on both sides or 1 on both sides, but I like the asymmetrical look, so I did 2 on one side and then 1 on the other. So you're going to grab 2 links of bar chain to drop down from 1 JR10, 1 link on the other JR10, and then in the middle is where you're going to drop your cross. And then on the bottom link, you can see there that there's a little hole. You're going to take your HPF 15 bicone wrap with a loop and attach that to the bottom on both sides. Super easy construction. I think the hardest part about this is probably just creating that wrapped loop on the bicone. Otherwise, everything's pretty easy, simple connections, some glue, and just a little bit of resin. These are some of my favorite earrings. These will probably be coming home with me. For sure. For sure. But they're so cute. And I thought that they would be perfect for Easter because, spring's going to be right around the corner here soon. And you want your flowers coming off, and obviously the cross just makes everything tie in together for that theme. Absolutely love these. And let me bring up that bulk pack for the cross here. It'll be 8 pieces for $18 for the scroll work brass-based silver-plated cross. Cart 112, 8 pieces for $18. I really love these earrings, and I think I might just put them in right away. So I can be like, okay, it's the look now. I have my earrings on already. Just absolutely beautiful. Love it. How cute. Also, I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you guys this, because Ian called me yesterday, and he said, is anybody around listening? I was like, no. But what? What do you need? And he goes, you need to start looking and you need to pick out an engagement ring. Yep. Okay, I'll do that immediately. So, guess who's gonna be engagement ring shopping? This girl. He's gonna buy it, and then he's gonna keep it on hand for when he wants to ask. But he told me that I get to pick out whatever I wanted, so. How fun. So something for you guys to look forward to within the next year. I'm hoping it'll probably be within the next year, maybe year and a half. But your girl might get engaged this year. So I know Uncle Doug's like, when is he gonna ask? When is he gonna ask? Well, sooner than later now. But shush, don't tell anybody, because I don't even know if I was supposed to tell you guys, but I have to tell you guys because you're my favorite girls. You're like the only girls I can have girl talk with, you know? So yeah, because I don't hang out with many girls, and the girls that I do hang out with are more manly like myself, so girl talk doesn't really resonate between us. So yeah, how fun. If I were to take, I haven't been looking because I don't want to like find something and then it not be able to be purchased because it's been so long. So if I were to bring anybody with me, it would probably be my best friend and my mom. I'm probably gonna look online though because he wants me to go through a company where everything is customized, from the band to the setting to the stone shape to the stone color, like everything. I get to pick whatever I want. So I'm excited. I feel like I'm blushing. I'm getting warm, but I had to give you guys a little bit of insight there. You guys could probably tell like how my cheeks are hurting. I'm smiling so much. I'm getting giggly. All right, let's get on to our next product. I am very excited though. I was like, Ian, you're making me sweat over the phone. But okay. But yeah, so that's always fun and exciting news. But I will probably post to you guys immediately. Be like, you guys won't believe what happened. But anyway, let's get into our next matter of business. Since we're on the cross theme right now, I would love nothing more than to show you and explain to you how I did this bracelet. And this bracelet, you guys, okay. This is one of the examples that I'm gonna show you that this piece specifically looks better on than it does photographed. This piece is hard to photograph because I have a bunch of different jump rings throughout, and I didn't want to photograph a bracelet just straight, right? So this is one of those pieces that you're gonna see, okay, that's why I did a photo of it on and a photo of what it looked like on a display, because it's absolutely crazy. But I want to make sure I have this facing the right way before I show it to you guys on. So that's the silver cross there in the center that hooks to our promise connector, to our JR40s in copper, to our specialty jump ring. That's what we call those, specialty jump rings. Promise connector to our believe tag. So it's a believe in God bracelet basically, or believe in Christ, because you have the believe tags on both sides and then your cross there in the center. So there's a little hidden message in there. And then these are called promise connectors, these little crosshatch things there. So I thought that was super cool too, because, he made a promise to us, just trying to make it make sense, but it does make sense. There's a little hidden message in it, and I love it. All right, so let's bring out the pieces that we need to make this bracelet. First, we're going to start off with the cross pack, because this one has also been heavily requested. This is cart 113, 4 pieces for $22. It is a pewter-based cross bracelet or cross connector. Could choose, either way, but I call it cross pack. But it does act as if it's a connector. So you could do a necklace version with a nice crystal up here, and then maybe like a nice size crystal, and then maybe a smaller crystal down here, so on and so forth. So you can have it, I'm gonna flick it off. You can have it vertical or horizontal, both ways. So That cross is absolutely stunning. It is our modern aged cross is what we call that. So make sure you grab this pack. You will also need promise connectors, which I have featured before. Let me find that pack. Those are natural brass 24 pieces for $18, cart 114. And I thought I had those pulled. So I'm kind of boxed in here because there was so much product that I'm offering today that I needed 2 whole carts to hold the product that I was offering today. And each cart has 3 levels. So that just goes to show how much product and how many bins I've had to pull. So you're going to need some of those promise connectors. Absolutely stunning. Give you a close-up here. Very beautiful. And I have used these several times as well. So if you want to go to vintagelifeshop.com, you can type in promise connector on the search bar or connector pack in the search bar, and it should bring it up, and then you'll be able to see the past inspiration that I've done. There's probably my all-time favorite necklace and my all-time favorite bracelet use this piece a lot, and you'll see those photographed in the live shop listing. So grab your promise connectors. Also, look at what my little brother found for me. Guess who's got a sweet paint setup now? Check that out. I can fit 4 paints in each row, and it's like, isn't that cool? You guys like that? So I have my most used colors on top and the colors that I like to work with together. And then I have like my purples, my oranges, my blues. But I love that display. It's been super helpful. Oh, for the stone, I don't even know. I really like, I have seen meteorite bands that I really, really, really just love. Meteorite is absolutely insane. It is gorgeous. Gorgeous. So I might see if I can do something with meteorite. Otherwise, I quite frankly have no idea. I mean, no clue. Yeah, it is a really cool storage thing. I love it a lot. Oh, he's not gonna pop the question on V-Day. He knows that I want it to be done like probably closer to the fall time, stuff like that. It's definitely not gonna happen on V-Day because I don't even know if I'm gonna have a stinking ring picked out by then. I'm very particular, and that's probably why he's telling me just to pick out what I want. He knows I'm super particular. Next, you're going to need the Charm Believe pack, 18 pieces for $18. You're getting these for $1 a piece. They have Believe, I would say, stamped into them, but it looks as if it was etched in. Super cute. A natural brass tag. This was also a Bella exclusive. Super duper cute. Cart 115 for the Charm Believe pack. You can put some paint in the letters there and do what we call a paint wipe afterwards. So this one has black paint, makes the letters stand out a lot more, and then I used white paint on my bracelet. So you can do different colors of paint to make the letters stand out there. For the Believe tag, you'll need 4 of those for this project. I'm going to bring out 2 for now. You're going to need 4 for the, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of the promise connectors for this bracelet. You're going to need those JR40s, copper antique plate, which I really love the copper jump rings mixed in with the natural brass and solid brass items. So you're going to need some of the JR40s. You're also going to need some of the JR20s plated in copper antique which I don't have those pulled out, but, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of those chatons, which the crystal pack should have everything except for the cross crystals for today's demo, if I'm remembering correctly. I think that's the only crystal I couldn't put in the crystal pack. And maybe we'll show the crystal pack next so you guys have an idea of what that looks like, because I know you're probably going to want to scoop it up. There's 4 Swarovski hearts and 2 Swarovski crosses along with some bicones and chatons. So you're definitely going to want that crystal pack for sure. Don't you love that promise connector, Janet? It's amazing. Meteorite is amazing. You will just look up meteorite bands and you're going to be like, oh my goodness! I love them. All right, now for the construction part of this, we have 2 holes in this cross on either side. Now, I didn't want to just do that because I wanted to be able to hook my promise connectors the way that they're hooked. So what I did is I punched holes on either side of the existing holes and then covered the original holes with 2 chatons. Don't worry, I didn't miss the hole there. That's just some of the antique plate that's shining through. But that's not a hole. I didn't completely miss the hole there, I promise. I have a tickle in my throat. All right, so the JR20s are going to come into play on as your first jump rings coming off of your cross there. It's just easier to use JR20s here because this is going to be around the point that it's going to start curving you around your wrist. So I feel smaller jump rings are more comfortable when you get to that point of your wrist. Once you get past that point of your wrist, then you can jump into those JR40s, which is exactly what I did with a promise connector in between, with another chaton there glued in the center of the promise connector. JR40s are attaching to the specialty jump ring, which this one is, let me see here, JR11, oh, this one might be it, JR115, yes. Gee, wait, I need to take a drink of my Mountain Dew. All right, so JR115 there, in between the JR40s that are plated in copper antique. Then we're going to hit it with another promise connector with a glued chaton there in the center. Then we're going to go to our believe tags, which is where we're going back into those JR20s. And then we're going to do a half, or maybe you're going to need 6 promise connectors, not just 5, because you're going to do a half on one side, half on the other side. So we're going to remove 2 sides of this promise connector, file down where you snipped, and then use the existing hole of the promise connector for a JR20 into another JR20 to your clasp. And then everything is the same going the other direction. So I did a believe facing up and a believe facing down. So if somebody's looking at your bracelet, they're going to be able to read believe. And then while you're looking at your bracelet, you're also going to be able to read believe. And then just on the other side, clip 2 more of those sides off, filed those down, and then attach the JR20 into a JR40 for my clasp closure. And then for the tags here, I snipped off this loop because I wanted it to be like flush. I didn't want a loop there. So I cut the loop, filed, added the paint, and then it was nice. I wanted to pick a good word that left me some space on either side to add the hole punches to be able to link those jump rings in. And it's really neat that this bracelet is like the same width all the way down. That's probably one of my favorite parts about it. So yeah, cut off that loop, added our hole punches, and then those turn into connectors instead of just little tag charms. Very, very easy construction. Jeez. Okay, I'm taking a drink here. Actually, Uncle Doug, are you ready for a trivia? It might be a good time for me to... Yeah, alright. Uncle Doug's ready. Hold on. I need to take a drink here before I die.
Yeah, you're gonna die all right. I'm gonna kill you.
Seriously, with how many products I'm offering today?
No. But you told everybody else before you told me about Ian.
Oh, I didn't even tell my brother.
Oh.
I told my mom and
Yeah,
dad
well,
last night,
that's
but
different.
I didn't tell my
You tell
brother.
Kieran or Kaden?
I didn't tell either of them. I didn't tell
Wow.
Carson either. I just told mom and dad and my best friend Ellen. That's it.
Wow.
So
Okay.
everybody kind
All
of got
right.
the same
I
announcement.
kind of know where I stack up. Kind of feeling my position here in the pecking order.
Oops. Sorry.
Hey, I understand. It's an exciting time. I'm really stoked about that.
I am too.
That is really awesome. Now I guess I don't have to go over and give him the business, do I?
Nope. Neither does my dad.
Right.
Or my mom. My mom's more scary than my dad.
That's funny.
All right.
Okay,
For
suppose
today,
we're looking for some trivia here.
okay, today's trivia winner for this trivia is going to get this natural brass filigree star, which, if you're wondering, I do have more of these. I think enough maybe for like a pack or two, which they should be available on the live shop. So you can type in star pack in the search bar. That should come up. You're going to get two of these Y40s. These are also natural brass. These are the Nouveau connectors, which I have done several designs with these. My favorite is folding back these prongs with that asymmetrical triangle crystal in there that just fits in that low spot. Create some earrings. And then you're going to get the lion snake pendant, which is solid brass and painted with onyx. Remember, these
Very
are
cool.
old prices on the cards. Very old.
Yeah.
It's been
Let's
a long
go way
time
back.
since we've done these cards.
Yeah,
At
we'll probably
least 6 years.
Yeah, probably more.
Yeah,
The
at least.
The Vogue is maybe more recent, but the other ones would be.
Yeah.
Are we ready for a question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just a little caveat. I am not an astronomer, so I did not verify this information
Okay.
firsthand. All right. What is the only planet in our solar system that rotates clockwise? That's the question. So when I give the answer, I know usually I get challenged on these answers.
Pluto is not a planet, right?
Pluto, yeah, that's messed up, man.
I think, yeah, there was an
Pluto
argument.
declassified.
Yeah.
Or,
There was like an argument in middle school that like the teacher was like, it's not a planet, it's a moon or something like that.
right. Well, the answers are flowing in. And it looks like we have Sherry on Facebook got it. Sherry Pucker.
Oh, sorry, Janet. I didn't mean to click your comment there. Sherry.
The answer is Venus. That's what Sherry got.
Good job, Sherry. Let me get
I'm running all over the place with these two different social medias open doing this. So we got the answers in there. Yes, it is via Stephanie. You got it over there on YouTube. Just unfortunately a little bit later than Sherry had it. So what would be a good for Sherry? I'll give her this one. This is a kind of a fun one I drew here.
Remember, to claim trivias, you must have an open order with us on vintageliveshop.com, whether it's a trivia or a big loot giveaway.
Okay, here you go, Sherry. That's still in keeping with our icicles.
That's so cute.
Um, yeah. Sorry, I butchered your name there too. I just had a fatter than normal Sharpie and I couldn't do it right.
All right, we'll
So,
welcome you back a little bit later.
okay, good to see you. Bye.
Bye. I need to clean my iPad or something because it's just not clicking how it's supposed to be clicking. All right, Sherry R gets the pack there. Lisa! Good to see you, girlfriend. You're going to want to grab one of these kits. They come with the Swarovski crystals that are crosses, which I know you adore, so hop on Vintage Live Shop to grab those. We have this cross that we just went over for the bracelet, and then we do have this cross earring kit as well, and I also have these bulk packed. So this earring kit is available, Lisa, and then this cross is available in bulk packs as well. Just to give you a little backtrack of what we've gone over so far today, so you know what to look for at the beginning of the live. So we just went over both the earring kits, and we hit the bracelet, and we already went over our necklace stack. So we're going to hop into Jean's bracelet design here. Aunt Jean's. She's with Xavi, I think, is what she said. I think Xavi had an appointment. Or maybe they're done now. I know she had an appointment this morning. Alright. Look at that gorgeous bracelet. So the chain used in this bracelet is CHV30 solid brass. If you want the natural brass version, you can just use CH30. Let me get a sampler pack up for this. So it doesn't come with all of the charms that come on this bracelet, but it comes with a big chunk of them. So the Love Sampler Pack, cart 116, which actually we have 2 bracelet designs for this. So maybe to save some time, I'm going to go over them at the same time because they're using some of the same pieces. Let me just get this one flipped right before I lay it down. All right. So 2 bracelet packs here. One with the CH30 chain and then one with the linked bar chain. Both of these look phenomenal. Okay. Where, do I have more bar chain here? Pretend that this silver bar chain is actually gold that I'm connecting to this. Okay, what if this was a necklace instead? The bracelet looks phenomenal, and I'll show you what it looks like on too, because the charms lay perfect with the linked bar chain, but how beautiful of a necklace would that be? Absolutely stunning. Okay, I'm liking it. I'm liking it where I'm seeing it. So we'll take the clasp off, we'll take the jump rings off, the gold linked chain, and then do the gold linked, and then go into the silver tone. Because these are mixed metal charms. I think that looks amazing with the mixed chain like that. Okay, Jean's back now. Yes, love is in the air, Lisa. Definitely go grab your stuff. Hi, Sherry. Good to see you, Poppin'. She's been on and off with a sick dog. Oh, I'm sorry. Hopefully her dog gets better. Speaking of that, one of the puppies, or 2 of the puppies of Nora's litter that I had almost 2 years ago, went missing. One returned, and then the other one was still missing for the past couple days. I was worried sick. Even though she's not my dog, I still care about her. But I guess an Amish community right down the road had taken her in and then gotten a hold of us to let us know that she was safe, she was okay, she was warm, and got her returned to her owner. Many heart attacks for the past 2 days, but she's safe. Yes, amazing necklace. I like the mixed metal too. Oh yeah, chatons and the birthstone colors would be phenomenal. But this mixed chain, this is not something that I've done before, but looking at it now with the mixed charms, it's phenomenal. Oh, I love it. All right, let's get into what the sampler pack entails, and then we'll go through the bulk packs of the rest of the charms that aren't in this sampler pack. Okay? So first, sampler pack, we're going to bring out the Forget-Me-Not heart. It has like a floral pattern with a trio of hearts. You have your heart puff and then your 2 inner hearts there with a loop. It is a puff charm and it's double-sided. So, absolutely stunning. You guys know what I like to do with puff charms too. You can pop a bead all in there, pull this apart. I might even just be able to do it. Oh no, I can't do that with just my nails. I thought maybe for a second I'd be able to, but actually, I don't know how many of these. Maybe I won't do it with this one. I'll do it with the other heart. But you can make this one piece into 2 charms instead of just 1 puff if you wanted to stretch your items out a little bit longer. This is such a stunning heart. Very beautiful. Also a Bella exclusive, natural brass. So you'll get 1 of these in the sampler pack. So you're going to have 7 pieces for $20, cart 116, with the Forget-Me-Not heart. And then you also need the Cherished heart. This is P280. Also a puff heart, so you can stick a bead all in there, pull it apart, you can hammer it flat. You can keep it as is and dual purpose the 1 charm and make it into 2. Where's my bead all here? Because I know I have a little bit more of these than I do the other puffs. So you just stick your bead all into your heart charm and then work your way up. And then you should eventually be able to pop that apart. Be careful. I've done this before. Do not hold your finger here as you're pushing this bead all through, because I've done it where it's like slipped through the other side and gone like not straight through my finger, but pretty dang close. So be careful when you're handling your charms like that. And I'm going to do the other side here. Be very, very careful when you're using your bead all, because it is not fun getting poked, I'll tell you what. I might have to bring my clippers in here to get it up a little bit higher, but I don't want to spend too much time on it when you guys probably get the point here. Alright, anyway, that's the point, and you should be able to split it if you get to work at it a little bit more on this one. The Forget-Me-Not heart is probably going to be easier to split because the loop's not as conjoined. But yeah, so stick your bead all in there and pull them apart. P280 for that one. You're also going to get the love token. Just says love in a token shape. Natural brass as well, also Bella exclusive. We do sell this in solid brass with a pink paint on the retail site. So you can get that pre-painted and in solid brass on the retail site, but only natural brass on the live shop. You're also going to get this locked puff charm heart. Super adorable as well. Same concept. You can stick your bead all in there, pull her apart, make her into 2. You could glue little chatons on the little holes there. Lots of different cute things, but this was also a Bella exclusive. Super adorable. Big fan of that heart specifically. Pop that there. You're also going to get a My Time Is Yours token or pendant. think this is perfect and very fitting for Valentine's Day. And I did a design with this and the origami heart that you'll probably want to see, which you'll see that in either of these listings. I do sell the My Time Is Yours in a bulk pack as well as the origami heart. So if you wanted those, they are available on vintagelifeshop.com in bulk packs as well. So you're going to get one of those. You're also going to get a token of love pendant with a little Cupid there in the center. Also perfect for Valentine's Day. Natural brass. Beautiful. So it looks stunning painted. It's got a lot of etch design in there. Super beautiful. So you'll get one of those babies. And then one more item is our more flat heart. Also natural brass. Very stunning. It's got this really cool like swirl border around it that's encompassing the heart there. And that's what the back looks like. It's concave, so you can put resin in the back there. I also have these available in art metal. So this art metal one is the same as this one, but it's art metal. But I do have those. And then iridescent paints look really phenomenal on these hearts, the art metal ones specifically. So if you visit the art metal listing on vintagelifeshop.com, I do have a photo of what they look like with the iridescence on them. I think I have each of the iridescence colors featured in that listing. So if you type in kept heart in the search bar or ADP0015, you will be able to find those on vintagelifeshop.com. You had it happen this summer too? Yeah, absolutely. Be current on your tetanus shot for sure. Absolutely. So these 7 pieces down here at the bottom are going to be included in the sampler pack, cart 116, to buy 7 pieces for $20. That's a stinking steal. Oh my goodness. I would say this one's probably at least 10. So that's $20 right there. Then you're getting these for free. It's like it's a buy 2 get 5 basically. Oh my goodness. We love you guys, so we're giving you some extra good deals for Valentine's Day, because it's a day full of love. Do you have roses in your garden? If so, you need to stay current when working with those. Really? You can get tetanus from roses? I did not know that. Good info, Pegs, because I have white roses at my house that I work with. So that's funny. Well, it's not funny, but I just didn't happen to know that. All right. So, these 4 charms are available in the sampler pack. And then don't look at the middle heart there. I'm going to cover that one up, because that one's not included in the sampler pack. But then these 4, kind of the same, but can grab those up. Otherwise, you can grab some bulk packs of these as well. So let's go through the bulk packs, because it's going to take a minute between the 2. Now, these are simple connections, so it's super easy. You're going to have your linked bar chain with your clasp on either side. I did 2 rings into 1 because I like the way that it looks when it lays flat, because it's like a trio there. And I just like the double ring look anyway. But I just took JR, what are those, 80s? They're from the Tiny Jump Ring sampler pack. They might be JR85s. No, they're definitely not JR80s. They might be JR85s. JRV85s, because they're solid brass. Anyway, simple connections. So there is a link in between each of these bar connectors there that create the chain. And in each of those links is where I dropped the charms. So you don't have to, you don't have to skip a link on thick chain like that. You're just going in each link in between the bars, which this lays phenomenal. I do have a photo of it on the live shop, but I would love to show you because sometimes those thicker charm bracelets, because I have such a thin wrist, sometimes they get uncomfortable, but if you have thin wrists like Ainsley or I think this bar chain would be perfect, and Jean and I agree that it would be a great idea to showcase both styles with a thin and a thicker chain for comfortability between different wrist sizes and styles, or shapes, I should say. So, absolutely beautiful. I'll show you a better, view of this when we do our look, but it lays absolutely gorgeous, as does this one. So CHV30 is the thick chain for this one. It's not overly thick. It's a really good bracelet size. Make sure I get that clasped in. So on this one, I went every other link. You could do every link if you wanted to, but I went every other. And this one is a little bit larger. I should have taken out a couple chain links, but there we go. Also lays super beautifully. And then the blanks, the heart blanks on these are the ones that I was going to hammer, along with this pewter heart there. And then the clasp closure on this is cool because it's that looped heart with this hook clasp, which I thought was a genius idea of Aunt Jean's. Get it? Jean and genius? Makes sense to me. So yeah, bunch of charms on here. So let's go through the charms I have. I'm going to move this because we don't need to see the bracelet or the necklace version. And let's go through the bulk packs we have. So, I'll probably start on... We'll start on the blank here up top. I'll drag this down a little bit so you can see it. So I'm going to start off with this blank up there, which the finished examples on, I don't even think are like shown for this item specifically, because on the pictures that I had taken, you can't really see it, but just know that it's there. Oh my gosh, this thing keeps switching. Hold on. Hi, Uncle Doug. It won't let me push it back. There we go. Okay. Let's go to our first one here. That blank. It's a solid brass blank. 20 pieces for $20. Cart 117. Let me pull this out here. So this is that heart blank. There are 3 different heart blanks that we're going to cover today. So this is kind of the middle-sized one, and then we have a little bit of a larger one, and then a smaller one to go over for the blanks. So these are those solid brass heart blanks. 20 pieces for $20, cart 117. These look phenomenal hammered, and I will get a hammer out to show you. They're not overly thick, which is nice. They're nice and light for a bracelet. So let's hammer that out quick. One, two more trivias left. Alright. So let's hammer this out. Beautiful. So we just added a hammer texture to our solid brass blank, and then you can add some paint to that too, which will really make those hammered areas show up super, super well. I'm gonna pull these off because I don't need these on the screen right now. So we got our hammered blank for this one. Oh, Aunt Nancy is so funny. I just got a text message from her saying exploding trees are real, and she sent me a link. That's so funny. It just popped up on my phone. It just dropped down here. She's so cute. I love it. There we go. That's probably a little bit better of a view for that. Ah! I just had a genius idea. Hold on. Okay. So, Valentine's Day, right? I'm thinking of Cupid. Okay? What if, hear me out, on one of the hearts, you created, or you riveted, or attached this arrow somehow. You can even do it over, like, probably, this one's like the next heart that we're gonna go over. How cute would that be? Or even if you shorten this up and riveted, like, the arrow end there, and then the arrowhead here, would be so cute. Or do something like this. You guys, don't forget about arrows for Valentine's Day, okay? Those are very, very important. I almost forgot about the arrows. Oh my. That is so... Oh, that right there. That one's perfect. I love that. All right, so arrows. Remember, arrows for Valentine's Day. And I do have these arrows listed in the Vintage Life shop, so just type arrow into the search bar and they should pop up for you. Next heart that we're gonna go over. So do you guys remember that that printed butterfly that we did over the blank, the red one? So this is the heart that we used for that, because I know people really loved that shape. So I did want to ensure that we listed this. I'm gonna hammer this one quick too. 16 pieces for $20, cart 118. This piece, I think, is a little bit thicker than the first. Yes. So the first piece we did is thinner than the piece that we're working on right now. Maybe I'll do like we'll see what a half and half looks like. So, like a before and after, with the hammered texture there on one side and then the blank on the other side. That would be super cute to do. So that's the heart that's sitting there in the middle. That nice big fat heart. Can put that there as like a half texture on one side, blank on the other side. You could paint the one side and not paint the hammered side. Lots of different little techniques that you can do for this too. I'm actually curious, so I'm going to do that here. Haha, little design time. After the or before, let me grab a brush here. We'll just use a silicone brush. I would probably use a bristle brush for that maybe. Let's do pink maybe. Of course, I dropped it below my cart. It's like the one color I don't like using. I think this one. I think it might look pink. Well, that one works. I just really have to shake this up. I'm curious what it'll look like with pink on the blank side and then nothing on the hammered side. Gotta plug in my heat gun here because I know that's going to be important as I'm painting over the blank side to have the heat gun running so it adheres to the blank easier. Holy Lisa, that's funny. Hold on. I need to pop. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to switch the listing. I need to pop up her comment here because that's funny. Give that to your date and ask them if they want to get hammered. That's so fun. Oh, yes, girl. Yes, you could even do like a zigzag cut. So, like, your heart's broken when you're not together, but when, you know, you and your friend or you and your girlfriend are together, or your boyfriend or whatever, then the hearts are connected and it's no longer a broken heart. I love that. Thanks, Stephanie. Ooh, Lisa, you got black Cupid charms? That's amazing. Pink is definitely a hard color for me, Lisa. But I'm curious, because Valentine's Day, I think, would make a lot of sense to have the pink. And this one's not like a ugly pink by any means. And this one, I'm using the metallic fuchsia. So at least it's metallic, right? Alright. Actually, I'm going to hold that. Not do that right now. I'm going to put this direct on first. I mean, that's a good pink color. This one's not as what I thought it was going to be. This one's a little deeper, which I appreciate. Go like right down the middle there. Or try to. But this will pool because it is a blank, so I want to make sure that I just get my corners covered and then start going with my heat gun. Oh, haha, I have another idea. I have tons of ideas, you girls. Okay, so this is what it looks like with just the blank side. I know it's not like super opaque by any means. So that's a half and half. One blank, one hammered look. But I'm going to do the whole thing fuchsia, and then I'm only going to relief the half that's hammered with the block to see if that makes a difference. Because I'm liking it, but I'm not loving it yet. So I'm curious if coating the whole thing in color and then only doing the relief block on the one side will make the difference I'm looking for. Isn't it crazy what the color looks like before it dries and then after it dries? The difference there. I probably put the hammered side paint on a little thick, but we'll see if it works. Pink and red are hard colors for you, Peg. Same. Same. That's why Christmas is really hard for me to design for too, because just green and red don't go together unless it's Christmas. Basically. I mean, there's ways to get around it, but oh shoot, I shouldn't have picked it up yet. Oh, well, that's kind of cool, actually. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make my mistake look like that was intentional, because that looks cool. Alright, hold on. Okay, now I want to do that texture to the whole thing. I'm doing half, and then I'm like, okay, that's not quite there, and then do the other half, that's not quite there. Now I need to do the other half again. No, I won't paint this again, I'll just show you the texture that I was creating with just tapping my finger down. It's like a bubbly heart, I love it. And then I would coat the top of resin, so your like bubbled parts won't flake off. So I would do your bubble technique using your finger just to like pull up the paint a little bit as you're drying. And then coat with resin, so it gives it that really cool, like, realistic look. Love it. Alright, moving on to our next heart. Our last heart blank is our tiny one, 20 pieces for $20. Now, for size reference, I'm going to put these together. Jean also had a wonderful idea to do earrings like this. I just didn't get to it because there was just so much that I was doing. But earrings like this would be absolutely stunning too, where you did, the big heart on the top, the medium heart next, and then the small heart last, to do little heart dangle earrings coming through. Ooh, gold iridescent over barn red. Ooh, that's interesting. I might have to try that. That would probably make it easier for me to use that color. And red is so vibrant that, like, when you use it, you need to add just a little bit. Otherwise, it can really overtake your designs. All right, so this tiny heart here, 20 pieces for $20, solid brass heart, 120, very tiny. I use this one on this very end down here, right there. So the first blank we showed is on this end, the middle blank is in the middle, and then the last blank we're showing is on that end. So let's hammer this one, see what she looks like. I'm gonna do a half hammer on this one, but not vertical. It's gonna be horizontal. I'm gonna hammer the bottom, but not the top. All right, so that's really cool looking. I love that. So that's a heart with the top part is the original. The hammered part is what we added just by using the round side of our hammer to create those little notches in the brass. Very cute. Cart 120 for the solid brass tiny heart blank. I'm going to bring these up for reference again, but I'm going to bring out the solid brass version here. There we go. That's adorable. Could even just do like the top part of this one, and then this one's full, and then only the bottom hammered on this one. Lots of different design styles. Hi, Brenda. Brenda Swan, are you new? I don't recognize your name either. Everybody welcome Brenda. We're going over some design techniques and different ways to use charms and blanks. And then we do have the more intricate demo after. So I think we will pause if Uncle Doug's ready for a trivia. Okay, I'm bringing him on. There we go.
You got me on here now?
Yep.
I'm always having to readjust and get turned around here. Trivia time. Yeah. Welcome, Brenda Swan from Jefferson, South Carolina. Where's Jefferson? We used to live in Malden, which is right at Greenville.
Hi, Rosadell. I don't recognize your name either. Rosadell Gonzalez. Everybody welcome Rosadell as well.
Yeah, anybody who hasn't been on before, introduce yourselves. We'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely. It's fun getting some new people that are interested in doing DIY jewelry.
Yeah, while I'm getting this question teed up here, you might want to explain how to win trivia or how to win the big giveaways.
So Uncle Doug does trivia for us in between some of our demos and product listings here. So you can claim or you can answer his trivia question. The first comment that we see on our side is the winner, is as long as it's correct. Hey, look, there's one of those natural brass flowers in here. Fun. Otherwise, and then after you win, you must have an open order with us on vintagelifeshop.com to claim it. So you must do that, so we already have your information and we can just ship it to you. It's the easiest way that we've found to be able to do the trivias for you. So the trivia is free. You just have to place an order with us on vintagelifeshop.com. All right. Here we go. This is there's a bunch of little charms in here. Some that are perfect for Valentine's Day. And then some charms up here. So a ballerina and then these two little wood or they're not wood, but they're brass, but they look like wood blocks. Cute. All right, ready for the trivia whenever.
Ready. Question is, what country has the largest coastline?
Oh, Brenda's from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Charlotte. Got another southern gal. Another bell. So there's a question. What country has the largest coastline?
Ian and I's friend who works for NASCAR lives in Charlotte.
Okay, watching for answers here on both sides. And it looks like Kathy Conger is the winner of this one. With Canada, eh?
Good job, Kathy.
Sending my congratulations out on both sides. Probably should come up with a little bit of a little picture here, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Now this one is very open to interpretation. You'll have to guess what it is. You might get it, but it might seem like something out of season. We'll see. All right, are we ready?
Yep.
All right, there's your doodle, Kathy.
Tennis rackets or snowshoes?
Okay, now put it in the season.
Snowshoes.
Snowshoes, yeah. I told you, a little bit of interpretation there.
Love it. Good job,
All
Kathy.
right. Congratulations, Kathy.
Amazing. All right, we'll bring you back on for the last one here in a little bit.
Hey.
Amazing. All right. So we went over our heart blanks. Now we're going to get into some of our other bulk items for this. I'm going to take this away. So this is the bracelet, one bracelet, and then our other bracelet. Okay, so back into bulk packs here. I'm actually going to spread this one like this. So that way we have a little more space to work with down here. Go up a little bit there. Okay. So let's do our art metal hearts. I actually might not. I do have those in Carter. Amazing. Art metal hearts. 28 pieces for $20. Cart 121. Art metal is now considered rare because we do not produce this anymore. So once our art metal's gone, it'll probably be gone for a long time. This is our kept heart in the art metal. So we do have the natural brass version of this heart that we did go over. And I'll pop up that one right after this one here. So 28 pieces for $20. Cart 121 for the art metal heart. It's got that little concave there in the back with the lip there, so you can fill the back with resin if you'd like. The natural brass version of this heart is cart 122, 8 pieces for $18. Natural brass is expensive. So 8 pieces for $18 for the natural brass version. We'll probably keep this one for a bit. So this is what they look like. Side by side, you can choose art metal or natural brass or both. So grab that kept heart. Then we're going to go into our next heart, our open solid brass heart here. This one's got like a I want to say floral, but it's more like a swirl pattern. So cart 109, 12 pieces for $20. This is the solid brass open heart, and this is what I'm talking about with the texture there. So these will also look phenomenal with paint. I have seen these painted in pink and white. Both are stunning. You could do some onyx to make the detail really, really pop. The charm bracelets are so cute, you guys. And just think, like, this doesn't have to be, these don't have to be bracelets. Just envision them like this as necklaces too. And then you could do a two layered necklace where both of these, so you have like a longer layer and then a shorter. I'd probably put the shorter layer above the longer layer, but then that way you can connect both the chains at the top, so it's still using one clasp, but you get all of this in it, which I think that's stunning. Just seeing it from this perspective and seeing it laid out like it's a choker or a necklace there, I love that. That's really pretty. Oh, yes, filled with resin. Good idea, Lisa. Filling these with resin would be so pretty too, especially if you left it a little less opaque so the sun can shine through it and really illuminate. That would be really, really pretty. Oh, you could even do could do this, and if you had like another tiny heart, I would cut the loop of this really, really small, tiny puff charm heart. I have enough of these. I can do that. Oh, maybe not, because they are a quantity of 18. I'm not doing that. Okay. You can cut the loop off this and then sand it a little bit, and then that will fit perfectly inside this heart, and you can resin them both together. Which, oh, hold on. You can't really see it because I'm a little farther out on the screen. But just take the pewter loop off, and then that heart will sit perfectly inside the open heart, and then resin those together. That would be super, super stinking cute. Love that. So 12 pieces for $20 for the solid brass open swirly heart. Don't say swirly, swirl heart. Not a swirly. Cart 109. Super beautiful. Super, super beautiful. We're going to go back to that solid pewter heart, which is our next matter of business. If I can find it. To scroll through so many different listings for this. Okay. Cart 106, 20 pieces for $18 for the Artisan Pewter Locked Heart. You can glue little chatons on there. And then it does have that lip on the back where you can add resin to the back if you want. But I'm curious. Let's see what this would look like with chatons there. So I'm going to grab my tweezers here. And I will... Oh, I just lost that one. I will zoom in once I get these crystals in their spots. Oh yeah, that's a must. That is super cute. Let me get two more here. These are super tiny, so I really have to grab them almost perfectly. Otherwise, they slip right out of my tweezers here. Oh, that's so cute, you guys. Hold on. One more. Oh, I love it. That is so cute with the little chatons on those little... There we go. That's a little bit better view. It's like, make sure I get the sun hitting it just right so you can tell that there's chatons on there. I should have just glued them on so you guys could see. I wonder if I can... Let me see if I can pick this up without knocking these chatons off. Let's see if I can grab it with my tweezers underneath. No. Anyway. That's what it looks like before. And you just add those little chatons on. Flip over so I can grab you. It's like running away from me. There you go. Cute. That elevates that heart a lot. Are the heart blanks thin enough to be embossed? Yes. Yep. Yep. And sound like Ducky off of, it's not, is it The Land Before Time? I think that's what it's called. I'll pop that over to the side. So 20 pieces, cart 106, artisan pewter, locked heart for $18. And then glue little chatons on there to really elevate the design. And hammer. So you can hammer and then glue chatons there. That would be super cute. All right. Next is our love token. Let's bring that back out. I know we went over this when we went over our bulk sampler, our natural brass love sampler, but it's good to go over these, especially for those that haven't seen the listing yet. So cart 107, 6 pieces for $18, the natural brass love token here. These are going to come a little less shiny than this, so this is what I did. You can do this with your relief block or, let's see, so they won't be as dark as this, but, so this is the difference between the two. So just use your relief block and then you can get those letters to stand out a little bit more. I just took a sunshine cloth because that's what I had on me at the time. I didn't want to go looking for my relief block. So I just took the cloth like this, put my pendant down, face down, just moved my finger, and then she comes out shiny. Love it. So that's the love token pack, or pendant pack, cart 107, 6 pieces for $18, natural brass love token. Beautiful. All right. We already did the Forget Me Not heart, but I'm going to pop that up one more time as well. 5 pieces for $20, cart 1, 2, 3. This is a double-sided puff charm, and you can stick a bead all in there to pop these apart and get 2 charms out of 1 if you wanted. Double-sided. Beautiful. Also, this would look stunning painted because of how much detail is in there. I mean, it looks stunning as it is. Let's see what it looks like with a little bit of relief cloth here. Which, ooh, we do have those blue relief cloths. How about for let's see here. I'm gonna do this. I need to fix something here. Should cloth for each order today. Okay, that's better. Beautiful. So with the relief cloth, now we're really beautiful and shiny in that detail, because your relief cloth isn't getting into the grooves, which is making those darker, and then your highlight points are lighter. So like between these two. That's a pretty big difference just using a little bit of the relief cloth. The relief block will really get that stuff. Will really get it going. Love that. Let me use the relief block here. Ooh, baby. That looks stunning. Just goes to show how much a little polish can do for your jewelry. Ooh, you painted it, Lisa? So Lisa painted this heart, this double-sided heart, and she shared it to the DIY with Vintage Facebook group. So I'm going to have to take a peek at that. But holy smokes, look at what that relief block did, you guys. That's crazy. Whoa, look at that difference. How beautiful. I mean, both are beautiful, but look at that one. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And then could you imagine if you got the paint in the grooves, but then reliefed the top so it was more of that raw natural brass? You need to get this one. You need to get them all because I'm sure the other hearts that we're going to go over are going to look just as phenomenal using the relief block and the shine cloth there. So we already went over the big heart blank there, so we're going to go to our love token now, or a token of love. That's with the Cupid there. Let me get this down here. So 6 pieces for $18. Natural brass, a token of love with the little Cupid in there. And look at all that detail. Paint would look phenomenal, but I want to do the relief block and see what it looks like here, because I have no doubt that this is going to shine up just as beautifully as everything else. Yeah, see, I don't even have to pull it back here and look first. Like, I'm just doing it and flipping it over right away just so you guys can see. Woohoo! Shiny, shiny! Love it. That's so cute. These things, you guys, are perfect for Valentine's Day. And not just Valentine's Day. Anniversaries, weddings. Could you imagine selling these? Not like selling them, but yes, selling them to somebody who's having a wedding and they have like little keychains that they give their guests, a token of love. How adorable would that be? It's so cute. Super duper cute. So that's not a big difference there. Hold on. Let me grab one of these other ones so I don't have to pick up the whole bracelet. So before and after to how shiny that is and the light there. The reflection is so much brighter on this one than it is on this one that we have not taken to the relief block, but this one we have. Perfect. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Then we have that kept heart again, which we did feature when we featured the art metal hearts because they are the same hearts, the different metal. So I'll skip that. We already went over our puff heart. That's P280, but I did want to show you guys what that looked like with the relief block. So this piece is going to be 6 pieces for $20, cart 125. Before, and I'm going to see what I can do about just trying to get it on the edge and kind of leave the middle part, the middle flat part kind of untouched with the relief block here. I'm just trying to hit the edges because that's where my detail's at. Ooh, this is already being really pretty. Let's see if I can get the top edge here. I gotta hold it a certain way to get that very top edge without cutting into my, or the loop cutting into my block here. Okay. Oh yeah. She's a stunner. You can tell just from like my product listing picture here at the top. That way, yeah. Up in that corner. The difference it is between, let me see if I do have another one. Here we go. That's crazy. I love it. This heart is stunning and would be cute as just a single charm on a necklace as well. All right, then we need to get to our looped heart, which we did feature a little bit earlier. This is solid pewter. We call it artisan pewter. Oops. There we go. 12 pieces for $18, cart 105. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Which these would be super, super cute earrings too. Do something like that would be cute. And then I would hook maybe like 2 jump rings at the top. Could do it this way. 2 jump rings coming into the love. All sorts of different things you can do with this looped heart, but we did use it as a clasp closure on our thicker bracelet up here. So with the hook there, you just slide the hook, which these are amazing clasps for those that have a hard time using the lobster clasps, because this one's a little bit easier. There you go. So for the pewter heart, you can do it as a charm like it is down here, or you can do it as a clasp there, or you can do little earring drops, heart drops, so on and so forth. So connector, vertical, vertical. I think it's absolutely adorable. And then something that I haven't featured yet today is the last heart on this. So this one's daughter, but I don't have these in bulk packs, but I do have a sampler pack of them. Let me get to that. Heart sampler, 10 pieces for $22. You're going to get 2 of each. So we're done with this one. I'm going to put this off to the side for now. I'm going to turn this way, because that's where our daughter is. Our daughter's right there. Okay, so these hearts are really cool. You're going to get 2 of each. These are also perfect for Valentine's Day. They're perfect for birthdays, anniversaries, just 'cause gifts. You know, because just because I thought of you, or just because, you know. So there's 5 different styles. You're going to get one that says grandma, one that says aunt, one that says mother, one that says daughter, and one that says sister. So you're going to get 2 of each of these natural brass hearts. 2 sister, 2 daughter, 2 mother, 2 aunt, and 2 grandma. These are also Bella exclusive, and they're a little bit thicker too, which is really a really nice charm thickness. And these look phenomenal because the letters here are raised, so it would be cool if you added some paint on the lower part. Lots of different things you can do with these. But I seriously love, love, love charms like this. And these are super popular. When people are doing gift shopping and whatnot, they usually look up keywords like, what should I get my mother for her birthday? What should I get my sister for Christmas? What should I get my grandma for, you know, the Thanksgiving? You know, just little things like that, where they're using those keywords, grandma, aunt, mother, daughter, sister. So it's good to use keywords when you're creating listings. This normally would retail for around $70, so you're getting a huge, huge discount on these. They're absolutely beautiful. They're like $7 a piece. So what? You buy 3 and you're getting 7 free, basically, that way. They are an amazing deal. I use the loop heart as stirrups to go with the horse charm you sent to the Backstage Pass members. That's so smart, Lisa. You are one of the smartest cookies I know. To be notified of these live events and classes, as well as pre-orders, text LIVE to 855-948-2148. Reminders are sent 5 minutes before the event begins, and typically the night before for pre-orders, but you guys know with the amount of products that I have listed right now that the pre-order was going to go out this morning. So that's why that happened. But, you know, it might be a minute before I upload a whole bunch of stuff again, because that was a ton of work. But I'm glad that that's done, because I don't think I'll ever have to list another heart again, because I think I listed all of our stinking hearts, all of them, in preparation for Valentine's Day and Easter too. But how adorable. Heart sampler, 2 pieces of each, 10 pieces for $22 when it should be more like $70, but you know, we do nothing but give you guys amazing deals all the time. And don't forget, you guys, to love react to the live demo for a chance to win that big loot giveaway. It's got that bezel sheet along with a bezel, a setting, a big filigree, and you can cut out those bezel sheets to attach to your blanks or your bezels. How fun. All right. I think that is the last charm on that pack. Do know or note that I do have this clasp, this hook and eye clasp available on the shop. Just type in clasp pack in the search. Otherwise, all of the items that I'm showing you today, plus more, are on the first 2 pages of vintageliveshop.com. So I took all of the old listings that I had of hearts, even if I'm not featuring them today, I have them on the first and second pages, so everything's super easy for you to find for this specific theme. But what I was saying before about keywords, listing those keywords in your description or your title is huge. In your description, I would say like grandma's gift, aunt gift, mother gift, or gift for mother, gift for sister, gift for daughter. Because gift, and whether it's grandma, aunt, mother, sister, daughter, you name it, are going to be the top 2 search terms that you're going to be referring to when you're searching for things like that. So keywords are really important. Tags are really important. Descriptions are very important. And also, when you're searching up inspiration or for things to buy, note the keywords that you're using to look up those things, because it's important that you record those and have those put into your listings as well to push more organic traffic to your site. And it helps a lot with search terms and search engines, so on and so forth. So I did want to give you a little bit on that. There are a couple hearts here that I'm going to show you that I'm not demoing today, that I do have in bulk, that I did want to show you guys and give you the Carter numbers for right now, so you guys know that these are available. They are new and they are available. I'm just not demoing with them today. So this red heart, 4 pieces for $24. Pretty sure these would retail for around $12 a piece. How stunning is that? So it is a antique pewter red plating. Call it like an acid vibe look. But it's got like that hammered texture. It's jump ringed already. And then the red is in the grooves there, and then your pewter antiques on the higher points. And it's a connector, so you have your top loop and then you have your 3 holes there at the bottom. This one I don't have as many of, so you're going to want to grab it if you want it. I did not demo with it, but I did want to show you guys that it is available for you to purchase. I think I have maybe just over 10 packs of this one specifically. But yeah, definitely look at the first 2 pages, if not first 3 pages of vintageliveshop.com, because there are things that I'm not showing on during the demo today that you will probably want to see come that time. So our next one is this scripted heart, or love note is what we call it. It is a solid pewter, artisan pewter. It's got a little bit of aging to it, and then it's got black or onyx paint in the script there. It's already done for you. So I call it a marked heart because when we're doing like patina wipes and stuff, sometimes a little bit of that paint will get on the top heart as we're wiping it off. So they're called our marked love note hearts. Love them. Super cute. It's got a flat back. And then you can, I would probably even paint that top heart. I think would be really beautiful. Or add a big old chaton there in the center. So 5 pieces for $16, cart 128. This is a really good deal, but because we do have some little bit of mark on these, they are discounted for you. And you can just cover that up with some paint. Super easy. Or leave it as is to give it that antique look. So that's the Love Note Heart Pack, 5 pieces for $16, cart 128. And then I did show you this triangle heart. This was also in one of the Love sampler packs. So it's got love engraved into there. Super cute. Flat back and jump ringed already. 8 pieces for $18. This has an aged silver plate and it is pewter based. Cute, cute, cute. So those are also available for you ladies to grab up in the case that you want those. Love that the heart holes are already there. Yes, for the red heart for sure. Lisa does some phenomenal heart designs. Somebody else does too. Susan. Susan does some really cool designs, and I love seeing every time she posts in DIY Vintage. Susan. I was like having a hard time remembering her name for a second. All right, Uncle Doug, are you ready for your last trivia? Before we get into our last demo here. All right, bringing you on. Hold on. It won't let me unmute you. There you go. All right.
Why not? All right, so you're gonna have to dig a little bit deep for this one. What are we giving away?
We're doing another resin sheet, ice resin sheets, and then the ice resin stir cups. So you get 2 9-inch by 9-inch sheets, heat resistant, reusable, and multi-purpose, and then the ice resin cups.
Nice.
And you can scrape resin like right off this. It's like that perfect finish on the sheets there.
Scraping and wiping, huh?
Yep.
Well, speaking of that, goes right along with our last trivia question.
I know.
The last trivia question is, toilet paper was invented in this country. Toilet paper was invented in this country. What is the country? Get your thinkers out. Got my eyes scrolling between the 2 different media sites.
Don't forget to claim a trivia or a big loot giveaway. You must have an open order with us on vintagelifeshop.com to claim it.
Again, this is one that I have not verified, so if you disagree with me, sorry. Oh, it looks like we've got Lisa Mack as the winner today.
Woo, girlfriend! I know she's already purchased, so she will for sure be getting this.
Winner. All right, going to put the results in both of these pages so everybody gets to see how well Lisa did.
Good job, Lisa.
All right.
Good job.
Well, can't forget to give her my doodle.
Yes, do the doodle. Do
the
the
doodle.
doodle. Love it.
You know, these doodles are actually probably worth more than a giveaway.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And someday when I get famous here.
They're just as rare as our giveaways.
So are the questions. All right, Lisa, here's your little giveaway. Just a couple wintry trees with the little birdies in the air and maybe one under the tree. I don't know. It's either a bird or a squirrel with two legs.
Love it. Adorable. Oh, I about lost a bicone. Bring this back. All right, we'll bring you back on unless you want to leave.
Well, I just might do that,
Okay.
but we'll see. But for now, you can just.
All right, let me know so then the ladies are able to say bye to you if you want to leave.
We'll do it.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
It's not letting me click. There we go. I was like, it's still not letting me click. Oh, funny. Okay. I cannot wait for this necklace. I saved it for last because I was like, I want to do this necklace so badly that I'm just going to speed through everything else so we can get to this one because, wow, Aunt Jean really outdid herself on this design. She drew a design for me to follow, and I changed it up just a little bit, but I think you guys are just going to absolutely, I don't want to say lose your minds, but I lost my mind because this is stunning and it's like more of the style that I resonate with. So thankfully Aunt Jean helped with the majority of this design because it's amazing. Okay, I'm going to bring out some of the pieces that we're going to need. You're going to need that love ring first off. And I will bring up the Carter pieces here in a moment too. But I want to make sure that I grab these out before I go through those. And then I'll show you guys the crystal pack. I think I forgot to show you guys the crystal pack. Oops. To begin with. But I will show that during this demo. That one. This one. Oh. We also need... Oh, Corian didn't grab one of these. Hold on. I might have it on the cart here. Maybe. Or no, it might be. Hold on. PT484. Alright. I'm gonna grab one of each. There's a silver and gold version because I didn't grab these bins, but you're probably gonna wonder where the heck this crosses. So I used a gold one, but there is, in the listing that I have, you can get gold or silver. So I'm gonna show those now. Hopefully I'm not getting sick. Because I just had this constant tickle in my throat. So these are the crosses, PT484. This is also available on vintagelifeshop.com. You can get either the gold plated or the silver plated. They are pewter based. But I'm gonna keep the silver one out here before because I already know what the gold one looks like in the design, but I don't know what the silver one looks like in the design, but I think the silver will be absolutely stunning because I do have a lot of silver and white going on. Look at those heart crystals illuminate. Look at those facets with the lights. I'm going to shift the light a little bit. Woo-wee! Alright, I'm going to push this down so that way we're not just overly going too bright on this. Alright. Coincidentally working with resin right now. That's what we're going to do for this piece. That's so fun. That round charm of so textural and interesting. Yes, I love this one. And I do not have a lot of this one. So that's why I couldn't put it in a sampler pack. And that's why it's only in a bulk pack. So let's go over what you'll need for these. So the crystal pack, I'm probably going to pop up first. Which I do have these Swarovski crystal crosses available on vintagelifeshop.com as well on the first or second page in the warehouse sale tab. So you'll get 2 of these in the crystal pack. I'm going to shift this way for a moment so we can focus. Focus. So you're going to get 2 of the Swarovski crystal crosses. You're going to get 2 of the Swarovski blue hearts, 2 of the Swarovski crystal hearts, 10, I believe, of the bicones, of the crystal AB bicones, which I have those just everywhere right now. So I'm probably not going to bring out 10. I'll bring out 5 just so you guys can see. And then I believe there's either 10 or 12 of the crystal AB chatons, the tiny ones here. So just imagine that there's 10 or 12 of those, one or the other. Let me flip that over. There we go. So, we have, I'll show you guys this one up close again. So this is that crystal Swarovski cross. So I do like giving close-ups so you guys really know what these items look like and how much detail they have. These are really beautiful. I love these. And they look beautiful when they're standalone on ear wires too. This is that crystal heart. Look at all those facets. You can see my fingerprints too, but it's like a bead. So you can see that there's holes that go through either side there. Beautiful. Same with the blue one. Tons of facets, also bead. Gorgeous. And then that little crystal bicone. It's like the crystal AB, so if you're in certain lighting, it changes to different colors. And then that super tiny chaton. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. So, cart 129, 28 pieces for $28 for the crystal pack, which I know this one started selling pretty quickly when I first started the live, so just know I maybe have like 12 of those left. Maybe. But they're beautiful. Alright, so that's your crystal pack. I'm going to take one of these, each of those back out for our design. We'll push these over here. You are going to need one of those chatons though. So I'm going to bring that back out. Okay. So we went over our crystal pack. Next is that love ring. Beautiful as a ring and beautiful as a pendant. So put that on. You see what it looks like. Love. Love, 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 love. It's a size 7.5. It is not a size 8. 7.5. Which I think is approximately 21 millimeters. So, actually, I have my caliper right here. How good of a guesser is Corian? Hold on. I always forget I have this usually on my cart right next to me. Okay, I was close. 20.37 millimeters. It's approximately 20 millimeters, and it's a size 7.5 for the love ring. You can use it as both your just a normal ring or as the pendant, which is holding the top of this. So this part, this is actually glued on top of this, and I'll show you why here in a moment. But I want to get through all these bulk packs before we start designing, because then I'll hit each bulk pack again once we go through. Alright, our next one is that pendant pack that Lisa was saying that the pattern looked really cool on the texture. So it does have a hole on the top there, and it is dapped. You guys can see that it's got a lot of height to it. Inside is empty. Could fill that with resin too. But this is such a unique design. I saw suns here, so like a sun there, a sun here, and then a sun there. So you guys see the suns that I'm talking about? Like the half suns. So we have those. And then that puff charm heart pack, natural brass, cart 132. Heart pack 6 pieces for $18. Oh, and I wanted to see what this would look like with chatons on it too. So hold on. Like right over those dots. Ooh! That would be pretty. I love chatons because it adds just enough. Ooh. My hand's a bit shaky. Here we go. Oh, look at how cute that would be. I'm going to add 2 more down there, but the chatons are adorable. I'll pull one of those off because I don't want to lose it inside of my heart here. And then you will need the cross pack, which I think I do have that in Carter here. I do. I'm so good. Just kidding. All right, so the cross pack, 15 pieces for $20. Gold plated or silver plated, pewter based for $20. Cart 119. You can choose either color. I used gold in my finished design, but silver is going to look phenomenal with this as well. So honestly, you should just get both because they're super duper cute. And you can make a charm necklace where they go every other, so like gold, silver, gold, silver, gold, silver, so on and so forth. I think would be super pretty. I need to flip that chaton back over. Oh no. Oh no. Here we go. Alright, so those are the bulk packs you'll need for this. I used CH10 as well as JR20, both plated in silver. So CH10-040, JR20-040. And then at the top here, I used JR40s-1 or JR40-170, which is that copper antique plate. And then I grabbed, this is pearl cord, pearl leather cord, which I think I have that listed on retail. You might be able to get it for $1 a foot. But there's 2 crimps hanging there on the bottom. This one was finished, so I just grabbed it. I probably would have used gold or silver crimps instead of these. They look like art metal. Or, no, they were painted. They were painted after the leather because there's paint on the leather. So, those ones are black, but I think that looks cool with this design as well. So those are the components that you're going to need for this. And then you're also going to need some 16 gauge wire and a few HP 0001s. And I think that's probably about it for those. Yeah. And I don't have, let me grab, what am I thinking here? Let me grab a little bit of 16 gauge wire because I think the little snippet that I have here isn't going to cut what I need for quantity. Good thing I already had some pre-snipped. 16 gauge wire there. Beautiful. We'll start with this. You're also going to need some resin and some Loctite glue or whatever glue, E6000, whatever jewelry glue you like using. And then I think it's probably about time to show you where the heck that cross is. So this is considered a double-sided. Now, you don't have to have this on the front. I really, really, really liked it there. And I just thought that it brought the whole design together. But you can leave this open. And so it will be a clear cross being shown through each side. So instead of this, you could just see resin, cross, then resin. but I liked this where the cross was hidden, so I could flip it if I wanted to, wear it either way with the cross showing or the tri-sun showing there. Suns and shells, that's what you see, Lisa. Fill it with sand and resin for a seahorse. Ooh, that would be cool. And then I didn't know what to do with the hole of this, so that's where I glued the chaton. So I put it upside down like this, and then glued my chaton down there. But let's go over construction of how I even made this work. Don't you love it, Lynn? She goes, oh, wow. But we're going to use the silver cross as the inside of our cross this time. I wonder if... Ooh. Don't tell me that fits. Okay. If you take the loop off of the crystal cross, you can use the crystal cross as well. Love it. Love it. All right. Into some construction. So you're going to need your rubber block and your steel bench block. Push these over to the side a little bit. There we go. And you're going to hammer this flat, this tri-sun. So we'll do that. I'm just going to get out my big 8-ounce hammer. I fill holes, paint with walnut and iridescent green. It shall be named Sea of Galilee. I can't see. What is that? What you said, Lisa? Galilee. There we go. I was like, I'm having a hard time reading the screen from what, because it's like over there, but that makes sense. All right, that seems about good. I didn't want to hammer it completely flat because I do like the way some of that's lifted up, so I am going to do a little bit more, but this is not going to be completely flat by any means. Probably going to flip it back over this way and go around the edges here so I can make sure that I do have some sort of flat edge to adhere this to my love ring. Okay. And what's also cool about this is that from the top, you can see the word love. So when you look down to look at your necklace, you see the word love. And then they see this or this, which is also super cool because I have done this technique with a ring like this before. I believe in a stash class a while ago, but let's do it. Let's do it. So I'm going to punch a hole on either side of my word love. If I can get it out, there we go. Probably approximately like right there, maybe down a little bit. Oop. Want it around the same spot. Oh no, I went up too far. Ah! That's fine. Even if it's a little off, that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes these sticking things are hard to get out of the punch. Alright, now with it facing like this, because that's what you're going to be seeing, you want to go down to the middle of the bottom side. That looks about there. And then you're going to punch a hole down there as well. So 3 total hole punches for your love ring here. That looks great. Love it. Alright, and then take your HP 0001s. Let me grab some of those out of my thing here. Yeah, just in case.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Here's some doodles.
Awesome.
And what else? Nothing.
I think that's it. You want to say bye to the ladies?
Goodbye, ladies. I gotta go plow some snow.
Yep.
Have some fun.
Before it snows again.
Have fun creating. We'll see you next week. Bye.
I'm staying here though. So don't worry, we're not ending the live quite yet. Alright. I'm going to put this back on the love ring because that's what we are working on right now. Okay. So, you take your HP 0001 and stick that through the hole with the head part going to the back of the ring like that, and you're going to create a wrapped loop or a normal loop, but I think wrapped loops are definitely more secure. As long as you don't need to like open up that loop, you're fine. Alright, so I'm going to go just above, like right here. So I'm going to teach you guys how to do a wrapped loop for those that don't know how to do it. So I go just a little bit above my ring or whatever I'm wrap looping. I want a little bit of a larger loop, so I'm gonna come down my pliers a bit here. That looks about good. I'm going to bend my head pin over like this. I'll show you from this view. Get you a good view. And I'm gonna pull it back up over the ring. And then I'm going to put it against. So now we're here, which you can straighten your loop out after the fact. So don't be straightening anything right now. Leave it as it is. Re-put your round nose in there, and then take the end of your HP 0001 and you're gonna pull it around your loop. Okay? I am going to switch hands though because it's easier for me to hold with that one and then wrap with my other one. So I'm grabbing the end of my head pin and I'm wrapping it around the loop. Okay? You can do that however many times you need to or want or prefer. Go up a little bit more on there. I'm going to do another loop myself. Beautiful. And then you're going to cut off whatever you're not wrapping around. Oh, I'm going to move my loop this way so it's easier for me to get a pretty close cut there. And then I just tuck in whatever little leftover tail I have into the thing. Let me straighten this. Okay, and then you still want to hold this as you're tucking. So that way you don't mess up your beautiful wrapped loop that you had just created. Beautiful. All right. So you got a wrapped loop done on the side of my love word. You're going to do that 3 more times two more times into the 2 other holes. So I'm just going to do that quickly since you guys saw me do the slower demo of it. Let me just grab a couple more HPs out of here. And I'll do this in a more timely fashion. I like to do one at least on a slower term so that way you guys can see how it's done, and then I'll just speed through the rest of it so you guys aren't just sitting here waiting for what's going to come next. But once you do it a few times, you're going to get the hang of it pretty quick, and it's going to go super smooth. That's looking pretty good. I think maybe one more. Just shove it back a little bit on that one. Up here. Clip. I'm gonna push that down and then wrap that back in. So we don't want that tail sticking out. There we go. All right, so 2 loops up top. We need to do one more. One more loop on the bottom. Oop, that's not an HP 0001. That's an HPF 250 or HPF 15. Hold on. HP 0001. Here we go. All right, so you go up just a little bit on your ring there, fold over, wrap back, pull tail end with chain nose, and wrap around until you are satisfied. Oh man, I can't even grab this. There we go. And then you should be good to go on your wrapped loops. There we go. That's probably sufficient. Alright, pull this off. Pull this little tail off here. Straighten my loop out a little bit and tuck the rest of that tail in. Okay. Alright, so 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Then you're going to take some Loctite. I find that it's easiest to do this using a silicone brush and taking the lid off of your Loctite. If you're using liquid Loctite. Gel Loctite, you'll definitely be able to go just straight from nozzle. But the liquid Loctite likes to obviously move because it's liquid and not gel. So we're going to use that instead. I need to grab a silicone brush that doesn't have stuff on it though. Alright, let's dry this off. Alright. So I'm going to dip my silicone brush into my Loctite and I'm going to paint it around my ring. Beautiful. Just the top portion of the ring, the border. Just move a little quickly because the Loctite likes to dry pretty quickly. See, it already wants to stick to my silicone brush, and I'm not having that. But it's easiest to get Loctite off of a silicone brush than it is a bristle brush. So do that. And then I took it and put my hole, the portion with the hole there, and I'm gonna put that right in the middle. Oh no, don't stick to my hand. Liquid Loctite bonds to your skin instantly, and I just need to start wearing gloves whenever I use it because the amount that I have done is unreal. Alright, or the amount of times that I've had to pull it off my fingers, especially when I'm doing something like this where I'm in such close proximity to the edges. Push that down pretty good until it dries. You will have a little bit of overhang. If you don't want overhang, just barely cut around the circle. You could, yeah, I probably wouldn't even, I'd cut down to, or just take off just enough to really get close to that already punched hole. And that should be like the perfect fit, but there is just a tiny bit from this side, just a tiny bit of overhang, but not like anything that is like, oh my gosh. So just a little bit, it's okay. I'm just squishing this down to make sure that I am super tight, and I'm going to throw my heat gun on it for a minute just to make sure that my glue is drying in there. Beautiful. All right. Next, you are going to need some resin. I suggest getting your UV lamp out. I know Lisa's got hers out. She said she's working with the resin. Plug my resin thing in here. All right. Got a little bit of blue light going on. Okay, grab your resin. Where did I put my new bottle of resin? There we go. We got resin in. I was getting a little worried because we had maybe like 4 bottles left. I was like, oh no, I need this. All right, let me take this. Now, I haven't even opened this one yet, so you guys get to see a resin unopening. But I am really bad at having some patience when it comes to lids like this. I'm just gonna press around it with my beetle and then pull it up, because this is one of the hardest like inside the lid things I have ever had to pull off a bottle. I mean, that's good because it's sealed super tight, but I mean, it doesn't even want to come off of like the black plastic part. So anyway, that's how I open up my resin, in case you were wondering. Probably weren't, but you never know. With your brush, let's see if I can. Ooh, the resin or the glue still might be. Oh no, we're good. Okay. I'm going to dip my silicone brush into my resin. And I'm doing this first because I want to make sure that when I'm doing my bigger resin dumps, that it's not going to go under the edges. So what I'm doing is I'm going with resin along the edges really quickly, just so I know that I get those sealed, and I'm going to pop it into the UV light immediately. So just a nice thin coat all the way around the edges to make sure that you're sealed, and then that's going immediately into the UV light, just in case that there are air pockets where the ring doesn't totally touch the natural brass part. But not only does this give it extra security with having the resin and the glue to keep the natural brass piece on to the ring itself, it just gives it a really cool effect once you put the cross in there. So it shouldn't take too long for that to cure, just because it is a thin coat and we didn't add any color to it. When you start adding color to or paint to your resin, it's going to start taking a little bit longer for it to dry, depending on the amount of paint that you use. Or not to dry, but to cure. Let me touch this with my bead all. Oh yeah, we're hard. Good. All right. That seems good. Adjust your loops for whatever way you want them to be facing, because once you get your resin in here, you're not going to be able to just twist your loop around, but you can like make an extra loop down here just by twisting your pliers, but it will make your loop smaller. Yeah, I don't even know if okay, this one I can still do too. So I'm going to face this one, face that one, face that one, before I start getting my resin in there. All right, I'm going to do another coat of clear. I'm doing this in layers because I did it really fast last time, and I did get a couple air pockets or air bubbles you can see by the cross. So I'm going to try to avoid that by doing this in better layers or thinner layers than what I had before. So a little bit more resin there. Beautiful. I'm going to bring that all the way around. And you guys know that heat guns can help remove bubbles from resin. So I'm just going to do a quick little heat over it from a little bit higher above the piece because I don't want to add air to my resin, but I do want to take some of that air out. So just going to go through, blow it a little bit with that hot air, and then pop that back into the light. The UV Cure light. That might be a minute. So while that's going, we're going to create a wrapped loop on this blue crystal here using that HP 0001, which we do have them in silver, but I used brass to kind of offset it from the chain a little bit. But if you want it to blend into the chain a bit more, then use the silver plated version of the HP 0001. So it would be HP 0001-040. And by 0001, I mean like HP 0001 dash whatever the plating code is. All right, so that's curing. I'm going to create a wrapped loop on my heart crystal. Because as much as I love wasting time, which I don't love wasting time, I like to, when something needs to dry or needs to be cured, that's when I go to my next task, so I don't waste time, and I just keep moving and grooving and designing. It's the same wrapped loop that we did for the ring. I'll cut off my tail here and then tuck whatever is left back in. Ooh, I might have to go. Sorry. I won't have to go. I might have to grab my pliers here, and it's always easier when you have something holding that top loop when you're wrapping the tail end in. Careful when you're using your pliers next to your crystals too. We're almost there. I'm just not wanting to hook that. Very slow. Very slow next to crystals. That's probably pretty good. Alright, so wrapped loop on our blue crystal there. Beautiful. I could probably tuck that tail in just a little bit more, but we're okay. We're okay. Straighten that loop out a bit. Beautiful. So that's done. Our pendant has probably cured. Yep. So I'm going to bring that back out. And then we're going to do the silver heart, because I did the gold heart in this one. So I'm going to flip this way so you guys can see. I'm going to cut the loop off with the jump ring attached to it still. I'm going to go this way with my pliers up against the loop. Cut. Beautiful. I'm going to make a cut this way to flatten that back out, and then I'm going to take my file and file that. I mean, not that it's going to matter too much because this is going to be encased in the resin, so you don't necessarily have to worry about sharp points. It's more of just wanting a smooth top instead of a top that looks choppy because you took your pliers to it. So here we are with our cross charm with no loop on it any longer. The loop's gone, and we smooth that out so it looks normal. That's going to go right in the center of your thing here. And actually, what I might do is I'm going to fill this with resin first, and then I'm going to press that in. So I'm going to do this a little bit differently than what I did on my other one. I'm just trying to see if there's a way to really get and avoid the bubble under the cross. And I think this is the way that I'm going to accomplish that. So I'm going to fill this up relatively tall. I probably have, let me take the caliper here. Okay. So I probably have a good, probably like that much. About 2 to 3 millimeters left of space for the resin there. But I want to lay this in and then be able to move it a little bit and then take the heat gun to it just to make sure that there's not air bubbles underneath of my cross. But it's going to be easier to keep your cross, instead of it being like, if your resin layers happen to be uneven a little bit, doing it this way is going to help keep it even across the resin instead of trying to flip it and then add resin on top. This way you just set your cross in there, and then you can push it down and maneuver it a little bit before you cure that and then add your last coat of resin. So that's looking pretty good. I don't think I have to move it too much. I'm just going to move the top over a tiny bit. I'll look at it from, hold on, to look at it up here. Because if I'm looking at it from the side, it looks good, but this is just a tiny bit off. That's, oh, just go back just a tiny bit. I want my bottom of my cross there. Beautiful. Okay. That's pretty good. So I just used a head pin to move it around just a tiny bit. Let's take this heat gun to it to see if there's any bubbles underneath of that cross that we can avoid. I'm hoping this works. Oh no, don't move my cross. I'm going to have to push my cross over a little bit because my heat gun moved it back. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that, and I'm going to push this back just a little bit to there. There we go. Okay, cross your fingers. And let's hope that we don't get a bubble under this, and then we'll do our top layer of resin shortly after that. Okay, that's curing. So let's do our wrap for our larger crystal here using our 16 gauge wire while that is curing in the UV lamp. Because we like to save time. Okay, and I need to, hold on. Let me move some things around so I don't get resin on my flannel. Because a little bit of resin fell on my background here. And that's usually where I put my arm. Okay. 16 gauge wire. This is the natural brass colored wire. We do sell it in solid brass, and we are wanting to, I don't know if we have already, but we do want to release the natural brass, the actual natural brass 16 gauge wire. Beautiful. All right, so that's straight. Gotta move here a little bit. All right, you're gonna slide that into your heart crystal. Give yourself plenty of room on either side. You can always cut down wire, but you can't add more wire once you've cut it. So we are going to fold up our sides along our crystal heart here, staying really close to the shape of the heart. Push that in a bit. Push it a bit more. Now this is just being done by my fingers. That's looking pretty good. Pretty good there. And then I came down a bit more because I didn't want something that was like as tall. I wanted something that was a little more tight knit so my crystal doesn't like flip all the way through. I'm gonna go down just a bit more here on either side. Okay, that's looking pretty good. The crystal's looking good in there. I'm hoping, I don't see a bubble yet, but you never know. All right. Okie dokie. This is the part that we're going to use to wrap our loop, and then we'll wrap this portion around that loop to keep it secure. So I'm going to take off a good chunk of this so I don't have this hanging while I'm trying to work with this little piece here, okay? So we'll remove the extra wire there. Whatever side is longer, I suggest being the side that you're going to wrap around your loop. So I'm going to use this side as the loop and then this side to wrap around the loop. Which I might even need it even shorter than that. I'm just thinking of my loop size here. I want it relatively bigger, but not something that's like obnoxiously huge. This. That's a nice loop. Since they're just about in the center, I can pull this down a bit more because I did pull it up a little bit while I was wrapping. And I'm gonna shift this so it's pointed up a bit more. I should have made it, or I shouldn't have cut it as short, but that's not a huge deal. It's all a learning thing. So I said always leave more, you can always cut off more at the end. Alright, this is the part that you're going to do your quote-unquote wrapped loop part. I'm going to squish this into my crystal a little bit more here because it can be a bit tighter. There we go. That's pretty good. So I can still get some movement there. I'm going to use my chain nose to hold this, and I'm going to use my other chain nose to wrap around. You want to hold them together. Hold them together so you don't bend them too much. Beautiful. Squish that down. Gorgeous. So this is where we're at right now. I'm going to wrap it again. This one's a little bit difficult. I wouldn't say difficult. It's a little bit harder to make a wrapped loop with this because it is a thicker gauged wire, but it is doable. I think that's pretty good. I'll probably just wrap this around the back just a tiny bit, but then clip right as I'm getting to the back here. Oh, I gotta hold this. Hold on. I'm holding both the loop and the wire that I'm wrapping with my chain nose. That looks good. Take the extra off this. Tuck that just a bit more if I can. That looks good. Our wrap loop. I could have shifted this over just a bit more, but you know, it's not that big of a deal. I kind of like the asymmetrical look anyway. And I like this one more than that one. Fun. Okay. So we have a wrapped loop for that crystal, a wrapped loop for that crystal. This is going to be attached by a jump ring, and then let's bring back out our crystal resin ring tribe sun pendant holder. That's a long name. I think we're looking pretty dang good. I'm not seeing, there's not bubbles in there. That's a little bit of resin that got dropped onto the top of the crystal, so that's not a bubble, so that's good, thankfully. So now I can fill the rest of this with the last coat of resin. And I want to make sure that I'm pretty flush with my edges. So I'm gonna I'm gonna look at it from here. Hold on. I'm gonna bend this down so you guys can still see me. But I'm gonna look at it at the same height as the desk here. I feel like a hippo right now. Just so I can ensure that I am at the edges. And I'm just going to drop at a time. One drop at a time until I'm there. Because I don't want to overflow it, but I really want to meet all of my edges. Okay. That's probably my last one. And I do have to pop that bubble, so let me pop that bubble here quick. With a head. Oh, it popped by itself. Nice. Oh no, I might have a bubble forming now. That jerk. Or it might just be my reflection. I don't know. We'll see how this works. I'll do it from higher up. Make sure we try and get whatever bubbles we can out of there. Alright, we'll try that. But I do think I see a bubble forming. Which I thought I was in the clear with my other one, and it wasn't until I finished all the my top layer resin, and then the bubble started forming, which is exactly what's happening here. Because I just showed you what it looked like, and there was no bubbles in there. And then as soon as I put my top layer on is when it wants to bubble. What the heck? All right, so our top layer is curing there. Oh yeah, I'm definitely seeing the bubble now. It's only growing in size. I don't know how. There's no way air can get in there. And I don't know where the air would have been trapped. At least that much air. Okay. Anyway, forget it. Whatever. It's not that big of a deal to me to have a bubble in there every so often. I will sell it for exactly the same as I would if something didn't have a bubble in it. So that's curing. Our leather here is that leather pearl cord, 2 crimps hooking on the bottom there, 2 JR40s, which is getting 2 JR40-170s, so copper antique plated JR40s, into our pendant. So that's the air bubble that showed up when I first made this, which it's not like super noticeable in like certain lightings, but it's more noticeable and like it doesn't look like there's a bubble at all on this side. But once you switch to this side, you're like, oh, there it is. Oh, look, there might be one there too. But it's just a reflection. So sometimes. Anyway, on that bottom loop is where you're going to attach a JR20 to another JR20, which is then going to hold your heart puff charm. And then attach your CH10. Couple links down is where I did the JR20 into the blue crystal wrap. And then a couple more links down here on that same chain strand is where I attached my crystal heart wrap. So ring pendant to JR20 to heart, and then last heart. With some links of, here's a reference of how many links I used and where I placed my jump rings in those links for that. Alright, let's pull this out here, maybe. Let me tap it, make sure that we're dry. Okay, so I showed you that there wasn't a bubble, and look at where the bubble popped up. On the same side, it's right there, right by the one side of my cross. You see it now? And that's funny because that resin there was cured when I touched it, so I don't know. I don't know how that happened, but it's barely even noticeable. Like, I can see it, but some other people. Be sure to dunk the piece you're inserting into resin in resin first. I also use a candle lighter to bring bubbles up to the top before curing. Good advice, Lisa. Good advice. So anyway, absolutely stunning with the silver or the gold. I think both look absolutely gorgeous. So I'll do like this so you guys can see what it looks like. Or maybe I'll do it this. I'll do it this way because I have the chaton on this one. And I'll do this one this way. There we go. Beautiful. Where's, do I have like a little bit of CH10 here? I have some on my finished necklace, so I'm just gonna just drag some of this out here. Oh, dang, sorry. Didn't mean to hit you. So anyway, it's gonna come down like that. Obviously won't be as long, but just for reference, something like that. And you don't have to use leather either. You can do chain as well, going up these sides. So maybe do I have like a finished necklace maybe? Oh, here. There we go. We'll use this chain. We'll use this chain for the top here. All right. So there we go. Something like that. I could probably just, I'll do this. Boom, boom. Cover that up. Put that heart. So something like that. So you can do both the leather. I think the leather really adds to it, but you can just do chain as well. Super duper cute. All right. But that is the last demo for today. And we actually made pretty good time. 3 hours and 9 minutes so far. It's pretty good. All right. Let's do the look, and then we'll do the big loot giveaway. So while I'm prepping for the look, don't forget to love react to the live demo for a chance to win the big loot giveaway. Must have an open order with Vintage or vintageliveshop.com to claim it. All right. Both ways are gorgeous. I agree, Peggy. I agree. All right, let's bring light up here a little bit. There we go. Oh, wait. Oh, you know what I didn't have on? I didn't have on my ring light today. That would make sense as to why things looked a little bit different on my end. It's sitting right there. I just didn't even realize that it wasn't on until just now. Okay. I didn't put in those earrings like I said I was going to. So let's do the first thing that we demoed today. Our necklace stack here. Make sure I don't get my hair caught in the clasp. I'll show you a close-up here in a moment once I get these puppies on. I picked them up and threw them off to the side, and so they got a little tangled. But you'll have that. I gotta flip it this way. Because the right side is usually the side that you want your clasp to go on, because there are more right-handed people in the world than there are left-handed people in the world. My little sister is left-handed, but all the rest of us are right-handed. Okay, so let me pull up my tank top a little bit so that heart sits a little bit better. Okay. That way. This is that necklace stack that Jean had designed. Beautiful. really good lengths in between, really good stacking lengths. So we have a 16, 18, 20, and 22. 22 inch. Oh no, pegs. 1 to 2 feet of white crap? White snow. I know what you mean. That's crazy though. That's a lot of snow. Hey, okay. Speaking of weather, I'm gonna give you ladies a little talking to. Always keep blankets in your car. Always keep like extra layers, like an extra coat, extra hat, extra gloves, extra all that, right? Keep all that in your car. Keep a first aid kit in your car. Get a little compressor for your car, like one of those portable compressors, because man, have I used mine a lot. And a jump pack in your car. And go shopping and make sure that you guys have non-perishable foods. You guys stock up because, one, with everything that's going on in the U.S. today, you never know when there might be some crazy shutdown going on. But if you're stuck at home for however long, especially if you're down south and you're not used to getting snow like that, like my parents, they're in Virginia, they're supposed to get a lot of snow, and he said they might be shut down for like a week because they don't have snow plows where they're at because it doesn't snow very often. So please be prepared when you go out and about, or even if you're not going out and about and you're stuck at home, please stay prepared. Peanut butter, toilet paper, and juice. Good, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, the snow drifts here were actually so bad that the snow plows had to take an extra lap just to get the snow drifts off the road. This is stunning. Stunning. I also struggle with doing cluster things, like things that are clustery. Oh, yes. Hold on. I'm pulling the wrong side. This side. And bring it up a little bit more on that side. All right. Oh, yeah. Pockets and hand warmers. Yes, all of it. Please, 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 please. Make sure you have all that stuff, because it can be dangerous if you don't. This necklace is freaking insane. Insane. I think I might tighten up my wrapped loop on my larger crystal, because this one does flip a little bit, but if I tighten it up, it won't flip like the other one. I really, really, really like that necklace a lot. Good job, Aunt Jean. All right. Now, let's do our bracelets, which I am so excited for. I'm going to make sure it goes, I'm going to show it to you guys this way. No, I'm going to show it to you guys this way. Just making sure it's not upside down when I show it to you guys, because that is not my intention. If I do it, I didn't do it on purpose. I'm trying to be mindful. Okay. Insane. And then I'll give a different view here in a moment. So super comfortable. I love the half connectors there on the ends. Otherwise, it would have been too long for me, so that's why I did that. Stunning. Okay, I'm going to show it to you. Let me take it off first. I'm going to show it to you the other way now. Being very mindful. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah. That's beautiful. Go this way. Absolutely stunning. I love the chain we made out of this bracelet with the Believe tags, the promise connectors, the specialty jump ring, and the cross pendant with those added chitons. Beautiful. Yes, absolutely. Thanks, Cindy. Thank you so much. All right, I had more bracelets here. So I'll do Jean's bracelet with the thicker chain. And I'll do mine with the thinner chain. So I'm taking this hook here and I'm just gonna loop it right into the open heart there. Oh, open heart right there. So it's got a cool thing, and then you can, adjust your charms. One, make sure they're flipping the right way. Shaky, 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 shaky. Get a little bit of light here. You guys like that noise? That's cute. Super cute. Nice chunky bohemian styled love bracelet with the clasp there on the back. And that clasp is actually pretty comfortable. I'm not complaining. Sometimes clasps like that get a little weird on my wrists, but I'm just one of those that likes to shake it up. I like to listen to the noises that the little charmies make. Okay, and then this is what it would look like with the thick chain as a choker. What the heck? Sorry, Aunt Jean, I think this is a better choker than it is a bracelet. That's freaking insane. That looks so cool with the mixed metals, you guys. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes, Cindy. Yes, girlfriend. Great minds think alike. I love it. All right. And then I'll do the same thing for the linked bar chain here. Make sure that I'm putting this on the right way. Ooh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this one by myself. I had Callan put this on me when I was photographing it. I was like, hey kid, you want to... Oh shoot, hold on. I almost got it, but I don't want to move too much because then this whole thing's going to slide right off my wrist with the weight. Move. That was so close. I don't know where the heck my bracelet helper went. I need to have like a special spot for that right by my desk to do that, because this is... I like very tight bracelets myself because my wrists are so small that it's just more comfortable if it's super tight than if it's moving around a lot. Just whatever. Alright, Corian's just holding it. Anyway, look how phenomenal the charms lay with the linked bracelet there. And I would totally give you a better view of this. Maybe I'll... Hold on. Duh, Corian, just make a bracelet helper right now with the leftover 16 gauge wire you have. Oh, Corian, that'd be so smart. Why didn't you think of that? Oh, I don't know. Just having a conversation by myself over here while I'm struggling with my dang bracelet. I don't even think the bracelet helper is going to help me, because my bracelet helper is not long enough. Alright, anyway. So you guys saw what it looked like as a bracelet. Otherwise, it's photographed really beautifully on as a bracelet. I should have made it a little bit larger so I could make sure that I could get the stinking thing on, but whatever. And then we'll do the choker version with the thinner chain. Also incredible. I'm trying to like cover up the moon there a little bit. There we go. Get my eyeballs out of there so it focuses on the, there we go. Yeah. The super, like, clustery, charmy chokers, I think, would just absolutely sell out so fast. Those look so good. They look phenom as bracelets, too. Maybe I should have done the better closure on this. So from that end all the way around. That one might be a little bit harder to see, but I do have it photographed, so you can check out those photographs. Do I have the bar chain in silver? I do, and that will be available on vintageliveshop.com. Otherwise, I am selling an earring kit that does include 1 foot of silver bar chain. And went through both of those bracelets already. That bracelet, that necklace stack. All right, I think we're on to our earrings, and then we'll do our big loop giveaway, and then I will send you guys on for the rest of your week. In the meantime, Aunt Jean, if you're still listening, do you mind putting in the comments what to expect for this Friday? And then I can let the ladies know. I'm going to pop this light back up here so you guys can, ooh, that's really bright. Cross earrings. Lisa, it's a must. Absolutely a must. I almost want to take these home, but I can't because, oh, I can. Ooh, I'll have 1 extra cross crystal left. That is incredible, you guys. This earring kit, need it, want it, get it now before it's gone, because I only could sell 10 of them, so I'm assuming that that's probably out or close to being out for that one, because I could only do 10. I cannot make any more of those unless I find more of those cross crystals, so there's 5 left of those. The charms, some of them I have in natural brass, some of them in solid brass, some of them in pewter, some of them in art metal. The charms, though, you can pick out, I do have like silver heart charms available on vintageliveshop.com, so you can pick out whatever charms you want on the site and then just add those to your bracelet. If you want a silver one, get the silver bar chain with the silver heart charms if you want. We do have the silver cross charms too, which I think would go really well with that as well. And then I think we only did 2 earrings, so I'm going to see if I can just get these in right now, because I will be taking these home with me. Woohoo! And unless you have these, which I don't even know if we sell these on retail, you won't be able to make these earrings unless you do, or unless you get this kit. So, because I don't know if we have those on retail, and if we do, I probably need to check the stock because I might need to take them out of stock. All right, got 1 in. Where's my other one? Because these ones are coming home with me. These ones are coming home with me. Make a couple of short chain pieces with 2 lobster clasps so you can hook onto your bracelet so you can wear them as chokers. Oh, wonderful idea, Cindy. Let me pop that up and pop up your comment before I show these. There we go. Good job. Good job, Corian. All right. I think these are the last earrings I need to show you, and then we can do the big loot giveaway. So I'm going to pop this up, and then I'm going to show you guys. Ooh, hold on. Gotta wait a minute. It's on a timer. 1 second left. Ooh, bam. Okay. Oh my goodness. I love those. I might add a little bit of onyx to the cross. Otherwise, they're perfect. Otherwise, they are perfect. Super cute, dangly, and we have some crystal chatons in there too, and bicones to really elevate the look of this earring. Trying to get a really nice close up without me shifting the camera the wrong way. There we go. Amazing! Amazing, amazing. Can paint them with antique silver paint. Yes. That is true too, Peggy. So if you did find natural brass or art metal or solid brass items, we do have a paint line that works perfect with our, well, that we actually developed specifically for our metals to use on our metals, but you can change the color from brown to silver if you'd like. We do sell metallic silver, nouveau silver. We sell white if you wanted to just to make them white. Otherwise, but I really like the mixed metal look. I love mixing natural brass, solid brass, art metal, and pewter all together because it's so beautiful having mixed metals. I would much rather have mixed metals than just all one color, for sure. Makes it so much more unique. And you guys know, I like unique things. So like my ring isn't going to be something that you normally see every day. The ring is going to be like off the charts. I mean, it's not going to be like utterly expensive, but it's going to be something that you don't normally see. Like it's not going to be silver and then a big fat, pillow cushion stone. Nope. It's gonna, I'm excited. You guys better be excited. You guys are probably more excited than I am, to be honest. All right. That is all I have. Let's do the big loot giveaway. So, one more time for this, and then I'm going to show that big loot giveaway. You can only win once every 6 months. Uncle Doug did send me the list before he left. So that's the bezel sheet, the blanks, the bezel, the filigree, the setting, and our penguin. The bezel sheet, insane. That's going to be so much fun for whoever gets this. And I'll add a couple bezels to that as well. Because it looks like there's definitely more blanks in there than there are bezels. So since there is a bezel sheet, I'll add a couple more bezels in there come Monday. So, let's get into our likes and loves here. All right. Looks like you're going to have a 1 in 31 chance. I think eventually, Sherry, love it. I see a Sherry the door laughing at me in the reactions. No, I'm just kidding. Someone did a sad face. Lynn, why are you sad face in the live, girlfriend? Go change those. Make them to likes or loves. And then eventually what I want to do is combine likes and loves together so it doesn't matter which one you do as long as you like or love it. Then you can be entered to give more people a chance to win. But because we're kind of running low on the amount of people that we can offer this to, because we do 4 every month. And if you can only win every 6 months, that's like all of our things all in one. So we're going to talk about that, but I don't have YouTube names. Will somebody teams me the YouTube names quick? If you can't, we might skip out on YouTube this time around. But I'm going to copy the Facebook names over right now. And then we will get that fixed up here. Ooh, don't leave the page. Oh, it's not even going to let me copy any. Okay, there we go. I was like, you're not going to let me copy names anymore? All right, I see a couple new names in our giveaway this time. I think we had a YouTube link here. Let me just go into YouTube quick and see if I can I'll pull the names here quick. All right, my YouTube ladies. Gabriella, Kat, Stephanie, Gabriella, Lucine. All right, let's see. I got Stephanie on Facebook. I need to add Lucine in here. All right, just give me a moment, ladies. Here, I'll switch my camera this way a little bit so you guys can still see me and see what I'm doing here. Well, I'm gonna go side by side. We'll go that one and this one, so I can just fill them in here. So Lucine, Cat, Kay, Gab. I'm just gonna put Gab, Gabrielle. I'm just gonna put Gab V because I'm reaching across my thing here. Amanda Hogan. Ooh, we have a lot of people over on YouTube today. Aunt Nancy, sorry, I'm not putting you in here. Alright, this is all I can pull from YouTube from what I can see. So we're just going to go with this. Hopefully that wasn't too much of a hassle for you guys to wait an extra couple minutes so I could include our YouTube ladies because they are also very important. Alright. A couple of you guys have said that you guys haven't won before. Hopefully today's your day. It's okay, Vintage. I got it. Patty hasn't won it either. Okay, cross your fingers. I'm gonna switch this to full screen and we're gonna spin the wheel. And then I have to double check on... You guys like my theme today? Hearts. Click into spin. We'll see who it lands on. And then I have to double check off of Doug's notes here. So Carmen, let me see if Carmen's won. All right. Trivia, mega winners. Okay. Carmen. Ooh, Carmen hasn't won. At least within the last 6 months. So Carmen, dear, you are our winner today. Congratulations, Carmen. You get the Big Loot giveaway. You are going to claim it, you must have an open order with us on vintagelifeshop.com. I'm going to post your name here in the comments just in case you're still not watching, or just in case you're not watching still. Okay, she's watching. Carmen, girlfriend, you won it. Winner, winner. So as long as Carmen has an open order with us on vintagelifeshop.com, she won the Big Loot giveaway. So we will ship that to you in your order. Oh, I love that. Good job. Let me do like a little applause too. Good. Order was placed earlier. Perfect. So Carmen gets the Big Loot giveaway. Our trivia winners today were Lisa Mack, Kathy Coppinger. I hope I say that right. Sherry Reinbacher. I hope I said that right. And Kat Kosia. Hopefully I said that right. And I'll show you guys their doodles one more time, just for funs and giggles. So Lisa got some trees, Sherry got the snowshoes. Or no, Kathy got the snowshoes, Sherry got the house, and then Kat got the Life is Good coffee. How fun. Amazing. You guys are always a blast to be around. Thank you so much for joining me on this 3-hour, 35-minute live. I know it's not as short as what we usually do it, but it also hasn't been our longest live before. So, I think we made pretty good time, especially with the amount of product that we had to go over today. And I hope that the designs resonate with you, whether it's one or all of them. I hope at least one resonates with you. That's my goal, is to be able to resonate with everybody with at least one piece. You're so sweet, Candy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, and then Jean, for Friday, I got it. Let me pop up your comment here. Oh, well, I got you entered in this one, Lucine. So hopefully next time you will win. Here we go. Friday, Ainsley is designing some whimsical designs with making patterns in metal. And Jean and Ainsley always do a fantastic job at teaching new techniques and implementing new techniques, even techniques that I've never seen before, which I don't know how they do it. Which, like, sometimes, I can pull some of that stuff here and there, but they are so good about bringing you guys new inspiration, new techniques, and just a different way about doing things. And their tips and tricks for like organization and stuff and creating listings is always super helpful. And Ainsley's knowledge on trends is also extremely helpful when it comes to jewelry making. So it's always great to be live with Jean and Ains on Friday, and then we do our master classes either Monday or Tuesday, and then you join me on Wednesdays. So, oh, you're so sweet, Lisa. Make sure you tune in with Jean and Ains on Friday, and then next week, you guys, is the stash class, so you will see me early next week. Aunt Jean, you want to pick the day, whether it's Monday or Tuesday, doesn't matter to me. If you want to get that posted up, I can do either way, or we'll let the ladies comment and say which day, whatever works better for you, whether it's Monday or Tuesday, I'll make it work. So, love you all. You hope you got your order in before they sold out. Make sure you check out, ladies, because some of those things might be taken out right from underneath of ya. All right. I will get back with you guys in a few days for the stash class. I love you guys so much, and I hope you stay warm and safe for the freaking cold, exploding trees that we're supposed to get on Friday.